would you consider Wayne a 90s artist? You consider Wayne a 90s artist or
99?
Really?
For sure.
Yeah, like 99, 2000.
99, so I'm saying if we're going 99, 2000, I consider Wayne a 2000 artist.
Hell no. 2000 artists. We gonna go into Tip and shit like that. Tip, we gonna consider T.I. a 2000s artist.
Tip consider a 2000?
Wayne took the 99 and made it goddamn
For the 99, 2000.
He turned that shit up. Ain't no way in hell the 90s was the same after Wayne came. Who this is? John Blaze? I can't get jiggy with this shit. My bad, E. My bad. What
so
the
Wayne,
fuck?
let me see Wayne. Before we get started.
Old Chopper City.
B Jizzle. You was on that Jizzle.
I liked it more Chopper City. Like
Chopper City. Why you so proper, Shouter?
Chopper
Come on,
City.
put that Exit44 on that motherfucker, man. What you doing tomorrow?
Chopper City.
Chopper City. Chopper City, sir.
Chopper City.
Nah, BG was too grown for me.
BG was like,
Oh, the fuck.
You ain't like BG?
BG was hard.
I love him. I love BG.
Juvie was the
I couldn't relate to that shit.
Like the one who I ain't fuck with the most was Turk probably.
I don't think
You
nobody.
and Turk been friends, ain't you?
I got my gang.
Why you always
you was
talk
on?
that shit with me, bro? Why you always do that?
What you was on?
As I proceed to
get
the
the
motherfucking weed, I be giving you exactly what you need.
Man, what song it is on here, y'all?
Scrape my elbow, jump in the
Bench.
He got two.
Okay.
He got two different shit jumping on the shit right here.
Which one?
You try to frame me without the picture. Shit, I'm obligated. to
You-
be
What, you hear something else?
I thought I did. You went on that motherfucking Soldier Slim.
about that symbol that
I ain't get into something.
listen to
It
him
was too gangster music.
take a flight through that door.
That how I felt about BG.
I don't even think Soulja Slim ever talked about no woman, have you?
He talked about
He ain't
number racist
not
shit.
everyone, nothing but killing on his shit.
He was too gangster nigga.
When he on rodeo?
Like a murder job. Get the consequences.
Man, that was skipping away.
What else came out of the 90s?
For sure.
And Snoop Dogg.
It was the whole No Limit.
West Coast.
Tupac was the hardest shit in
Yeah,
90s. In the
Bone
90s.
Thugs.
Yeah,
I ain't
definitely.
like-
I definitely say
Yeah,
Tupac won the whole.
you
Man.
right about
He
it.
was.
Tupac was out of there.
Man, that nigga
5
Tupac
years.
get shot, jump out the hospital bed, come out that motherfucker like this, man.
Yeah,
You know
he
what I
was
mean?
like-
Came out of
popping
hospital
shit back
bed in
then.
a fucking wheelchair.
I'm talking shit, bro. Shut up being goddamn factual, bro.
Well, that was in the court. That was in the courtroom.
You don't even like Tupac,
You right.
but you took a picture playing Tupac on the elevator. I got that in my phone, so you contradict yourself, you little liar.
What about everybody who went and got them tattoos?
With them
Across their stomach.
Cross.
the cross
What them nigga were
or
thinking?
Thug Life.
No, no, people who actually when he died, who got their pictures on him, who didn't even know the man.
Damn, that
niggas
shit.
did-
That shit
niggas
always
just
been
did
weird
that.
to me.
Going to get another person on you that you don't know.
Yeah, why would you do that? Like you weren't that connected.
Oh, you a fan?
Yeah, you really,
You stupid.
You a fan.
You really got that.
You love Tupac. Did you? Everybody was crying.
Man.
Y'all know this man. He had good music now, but I ain't gonna cry.
Yeah. Nah, I ain't gonna cry. But if I fuck with him, I feel it. You feel me? Yeah. I fuck with him, I feel it. I felt when Tupac died, I was affected because I got my first ass whooping listening to Tupac.
I know, but you ain't my
I ain't
cousin
cry.
Tupac, so I ain't crying.
Yeah, I ain't cry.
Rest in peace.
I
all that
fuck
shit up on your
with your
post,
music and
everybody.
everything, but I did cry though. I was a kid.
Crowd part up.
Yeah, I was a kid. I was in a hallway and I heard the radio. And I was like,
You heard it late. I heard it on the way to school.
I was like,
radio that
for
night.
real?
Heard it on the radio that night.
And you cried with Tupac
I
that.
heard it that morning.
Yeah,
I
but
was at a
see,
cookout
I was
or
still
something.
like, I was little, so in my head, people lived in the TV. You know what I'm saying? So when I would die and I still heard the music, I was like, how his music still playing and he dead? You know what I mean? See, it was 96 though.
You like
I was
10.
6.
What kind of classes
I was
you
9.
took in? What kind of elementary classes you? What bus you rode?
I had a big imagination, bro.
The short one.
He had to ride that short motherfucker, man. The fuck, man. That man had to ride the short. That man said, "How's the music playing?" And he did.
I was like, damn,
nigga.
how this stuff coming on the TV and they dead? They supposed to be dead.
Yeah, yeah.
I really
You know where that
believe
come from
As
though?
a kid, I
Your
guess you
parents
would
didn't spend
think
that
like
much
that.
time with you as a kid, did it?
My mama was at work a lot, but
See,
she
that's what I'm saying.
did spend time
and
with
the
me.
TV
It made
raised.
them a little slow. It made him a little slow. It's okay though. Man, fuck that shit. Kenny, what the fuck we got going on,
Hey man, welcome to Exit44 where we talk about that bullshit. Obviously, I'm some bullshit because I think niggas live in TVs when I was little.
It here crazy, man.
I'm your host, Kenny, man.
Hey man, Jew checking in here, man.
Man, I'm Big D.
Who we got in here today?
Man, we got Twanny, East Side, the real East Side.
From
the
the
real
Exit44.
From the
That's how they used to do it
Exit44.
when I was in high school.
What?
I used to hate when they do that shit.
There were about 6 of us. We was lips, and everybody just. It was cold.
What the fuck?
What high school you went to?
Columbia.
For
Columbia.
Oh man.
I went to the slum.
Okay.
Yeah. They known for roasting at that bit.
The slum.
The slum.
The mother.
I think I was one of the biggest roasters in Columbia.
Really?
For sure. I used to take folks' ass out.
Oh goddamn.
Man, I used to be like, you don't get your nasty ass, that shit.
Oh,
nasty.
Oh goddamn.
That's the one.
Hole in your sock face ass.
I hated holes in socks, bro. I never woo holes in my socks. I'm not with that shit at all, bro.
I don't like this shit either.
I ain't. If I see a hole in the sock, I'm off in the whole
Nigga,
drawer.
why y'all socks getting hoes in? The fuck is y'all doing?
That's a
No,
good
I'm
ass
talking
question.
about for the people who do. I don't know what they be. I guess they be. They
don't do
toenails
that
don't be
shit.
clipped. I don't know what be going on.
I have a real bad thing for when my socks get washed and they don't come at like together. I hate washing my socks.
The wash
and I
it and
lose
dryer,
one,
eat
bro.
the shit, bro. That shit is
And they can't
undefeated.
find,
my
even if you
whole
look
life.
under the dryer, look over the dryer, you getting that, just never find it,
It
bro.
really just mean you dropped that bit.
No, it don't. Cause every time you move that dryer, get what be up under there?
Well,
All your socks. You ain't never thought about that. When you move,
ain't never thought
and when
about
you
that.
move your dryer back.
And you find some.
Listen, it be
Yeah,
10
ain't no
pair of
goddamn
socks, your
socks
2
back there.
favorite pair of panties. Then the old nigga boxer that guy, he couldn't find them.
I
hey,
ain't gonna lie, I got one pair of
Deadass.
favorite boxers, man.
what?
Them, I ain't telling you,
They
niggas.
fancy. They
Nah.
fancy.
Hey, you got some fancy boxes?
So when I be trying not to get on this ass now, you see what going on?
Oh,
Stop talking about
not the
drawers.
Riri's.
Nah, we don't wear them. Ain't no bad girl Riri over here now.
Nah, definitely not.
Rihanna's.
This episode was brought to you by Cuts Barbershop, 1877 County Road. Come down there to get the best goddamn haircut you ever had in your life. Everybody in there working. Appointments, walk-ins, Kenny. What else you need, man? Cuts Barbershop on Instagram.
Hey, Twanny, so look,
Yes.
what have you ever really been in Columbia, right? Have you ever really thought about the layout of Columbia? Like, when I say the layout, I'm talking about the people that don't went in and out of Columbia over a span of period of time. Because when you went, it was a different crowd, and when we went, it was a different crowd. But the layout of a Columbia high school is really all over our city.
What you mean by that?
As far as
The people that came through there that's
yeah.
actually doing something in the
Yeah,
city, and
Chris
you one of the people
Tucker,
that's actually doing something.
Yeah, it is a lot of us that came out there. First of all, the thing about coming out of Columbia back in my day, I came straight from elementary to high school. I ain't go to middle school.
What elementary school you went to?
I went to Wise. I went to Terry Mill, and then my mother moved further down Glenwood, and then I went to Wadsworth.
Nasty. I couldn't stand Wadsworth folks, bro. They
Oh,
always
I
used to
do
be
that.
little dirty little folks, man.
Oh,
Little dirty.
Little dirty asses, man. We went to Snap Fang. We ain't fucking with y'all. Wadsworth. Wadsworth, y'all was a little slow too.
No, we won.
Y'all
A little
education,
bit, a little bit.
Yeah, y'all was a little slower than normal.
Yeah, I came from Terry Mill. I came from Fad Freddy, so I ain't nothing about them folks. They were mad at me because I was little. I had braces. My mama, I ain't had a name brand, but I was
Oh, your mom
clean.
had some money. You had braces.
I was clean. You know, somebody agenda back then.
K Swiss.
Okay.
Man, clean.
What was you wearing?
That Kato shit. But you know, back then, Kato, if I don't do that.
Oh shit.
But you the first nigga I ever heard say anybody ever say something about Kato.
Kato shit.
Listen.
I never heard no females say, I wear that Kato shit.
I wore that Kato shit. It was clean.
South Cal.
Man, who? And press that motherfucker and crease that motherfucker down and put that smell good shit on, that grease on your face. Who?
That Vaseline. Make sure you had that greasy ass face. What was
Put that
about
grease on
greasy
your
faces?
face. Who? And the Vaseline and lip gloss and that perfume motherfucker that Power back then. That Victoria's Secret, that Power motherfucker. Y'all know that green shit. Everybody wore. You spray that on and say, fine.
Everybody wore.
Everybody wore that
Everybody
shit.
smelling the same.
Everybody smelled the same. Your mama had a little money. You used to put that little passion on. They were $2.25 back then.
For sure.
I still remember.
Damn.
It was $2.25. You get the spray and the lotion.
Damn.
So you even back then you was into fashion.
I was just into,
Being
looking
clean.
just clean. You ain't have to have name brand. It was just being clean, Shit, you had the dirty motherfucker with the name brand shit on all the time. They're the ones who stink. The nigga with the Fred Jordans on, cause that's all he cared about. He fresh shit. He ain't brush it to
But he
nigga.
ain't
Fresh
brush
shit.
his teeth. He ain't wash your ass.
Little stinking that little boy.
Listen, he was
The
fresh as
dirty-
hell though.
With them J's on.
With them J's, the new one that just came out Saturday, him almost. It wasn't even no line back then.
Nah, it
you just
wasn't.
go in there and buy your J's on Saturday and come on out there, motherfucker.
What you think about people who still be going crazy for them Jordans?
I think they're delusional.
I do too. I really do. I think that people that be doing the most for them shit, I be like, damn, bro, you did not have them growing up. You really just living that shit now, and we old as fuck. Like
They keep
we
getting them,
grown,
man.
bro.
They're not
They keep
making nothing
doing the
off of
same shit.
I think they're delusional. I'm not standing in line for no goddamn shoes. I don't give a fuck who they is. I don't even like. You don't even hear Jordan even say anything about niggas. He don't.
Period.
But I don't give a fuck what going. Like the whole side of New York can go down the hill and come back up in the morning, and
Yeah.
Jordan's not gonna say a word.
Kenny don't fuck with
Shit,
you.
hell yeah.
Shoot, I got these
I don't fuck
retros
with
that'll
Jordan.
be out on Saturday. Y'all make sure y'all extra promo put stamp New York for fights for savings. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Nah.
Like so, I don't. That's why I don't be excited about this shit. I don't give a fuck. I've seen some nice ones. Be a
So
couple
he
of them. I'd be
came out
like
and
fresh.
started.
as hell.
He came out and started acting like he gave a fuck. Then you'll do it.
I ain't gonna say
Nah,
that
it's
because
too late now.
it's way
How the fuck it's too late?
Because it's
too
way
late,
too
bro.
late.
Why too late?
Because it's a
It is.
cap if he come out now. That means somebody else told him.
Even if he been doing it secretly, and that's cool too. But you one of the biggest voices ever in sports and fashion, and you don't acknowledge your people like that. Fuck you, bro.
Let's
What
show
he's
no
supposed to do
heart.
for him?
I totally agree.
Even if he's showing love to, I ain't saying it like that, but he
I'm
don't
saying
do
I
it
don't fuck with
publicly, bro. That's all I'm talking about.
So what you want her to go on tour and fucking say it?
Nah, I
Appreciate black people?
would just appreciate if you
Any
stand
kind
up
of
for your.
give back, man. Make one
If
day
you
where
coach
you
your,
just give
you
back.
ain't never looked
show
for
up
no
for your
fucking Jordan
culture.
give back.
Show up for your culture a little bit more. You don't have to.
I have.
I understand if you don't say it, but sis, you can't say something. You a voice, nigga.
And what is the problem with saying something? Like, what's wrong with with saying something? What
Yeah,
the fuck
I
wrong with
mean,
that? Like, what is wrong with it?
Our problems don't affect them. So that's probably how he's looking at it.
And that's why I ain't standing in no line.
That's
staking out
real, but he
for
a
no goddamn
nigga.
Jordan.
But even still, don't Jordan a niggerish ass nigga, bro. Like you are the culture. Your brand is our culture, bro. Acknowledge us more.
Especially when we fucking with your campaign too hard. And then folks that out here killing for them Jordan, bro. They be killing about a pair of shoes.
So back in the day when
kill for a lot of shit.
you was coming up, right? In Columbia and stuff like that, did you ever go through something like that? Like be bullied because you didn't have on Jordans or anything like that? What's something significant that happened to you back then
But I ain't
coming
got,
through high school?
I actually been getting bullied for a long time. Just honestly, when my mama moved from Glenwood, further up Glenwood, because I'm actually from the whole Glenwood. I was raised on 2013 Glenwood Avenue up in Zone 6. My grandma stayed in East Lake Meadows for 37 years. But my mother actually had a good job. She had an alright job, so we moved further down. She went from renting to buying her house. So like I said, I was the only kid in the school with braces. I was clean, so that was always a problem. And I was the new girl, so then I wasn't, I was skinny, I was frail as fuck. I wasn't the cutest thing around. I used to suck my thumbs. I came through the school. I came through with the rainbow. You know what I'm saying?
I hated them shit.
Listen, so I wasn't the cutest little thing. I was
when you
little. I ain't
talk.
had no titties. Listen, it was.
You was a little
just-
goblin.
I was interesting. I was interesting. So yeah, it used to happen all the time, and and then my older sisters were 10 and 6 years apart. So they was by the time I got to high school, my older sister was graduating. When I got to high school, my middle sister was graduating. My older sister was in college. So I grew up with like an only child. So of course, when you don't see nobody, you get bullied on just because they know you ain't got no sisters. They ain't never seen them. They don't know these goddamn people. So
Ain't nobody coming to help your ass.
ain't nobody coming to help your ass. So then you got to team up with, try to be friends with whoever the fuck you can be friends with, to be cool, and hoping they fuck with you and have your best interest at heart, which, and we all know how the fuck that shit goes. But yeah, it has happened to me. And this happened to me, and it happens to you as you get older. It's just a different kind of bullying, but it happens. But that's life. You gotta kind of figure out, what's for you and what's not.
So, coming out of high school, what you do coming out of high school?
I went to jail.
What happened?
I was what they call it back then, fofoing. The real fofo. The real.
It had that name back then. I think y'all before the name then.
Listen, we were before.
She was fofoing. Alright.
Yeah, and actually when I came out, I actually dropped out my senior year. I dropped out my senior year because I had a cousin that we was the same age, and my family kind of made it such a big deal, for her. Her mother and my mother was like cousin rivals, and my mama had a good job, and my cousin mama was the dope lady. She had the big, they all back in the day when everybody had all them bracelets. She had about 30 on the motherfuckers.
Yeah, them gold bangle motherfuckers.
Big pinky rings, and
What
she
she was
had she sold crack. So crack.
Yes, sir.
She had the big what was the watches back then? Was it Movados or?
Yeah.
It was the Movado. She had the big
black face
Movado.
motherfucker with the diamond.
She had the Cadillac, so I was kind of slick jealous of my cousin. It's so funny now because today she on crack.
Damn.
God,
Listen.
Jesus.
Listen, right.
That escalated quickly.
Listen.
Therapy session was brought to you by Exit44.
Boy, what?
Bullshit.
that crack, boy.
She ended up on crack. So,
But you was jealous of her.
and because they made such a big deal about her graduating because like I said, her mom and my mom, they was like cousin rivals. So I just I went to open campus. I did that shit for a minute, but it was so easy. You didn't really have to. It was no structure, so I just stopped going all together. Then I met
What the fuck do you do when you just stop going to school? Like, do you just sit at home and your mom be like, all right, cool?
No, you kind of keep acting like you still going.
But where the fuck is you going?
Listen, I had one of the months that when I leave,
Everybody leave.
listen, clear out.
All
When
right.
I get back, y'all get back. But my mother actually worked 3 jobs. So I was a latchkey kid, but I had a neighbor next door. Rest in peace, Miss Jackson. She's telling me like a motherfucker. She's telling me. I used to come back. She'll call my mom like 20 home. So, or just somebody
Call your
at
mom
your
at her job.
somebody at your house.
Okay.
Is what she'll say. Somebody at your house. So, yeah, it's kind of what I was about to say.
All of that shit was interesting as fuck, though. I've always wanted to ask people how they drop out of school.
And it's fucked up because, like I said, you still have to act like you going. You still gotta act like you going.
Still
And
gotta
then
wake up.
You still gotta wake up. You still gotta leave. And then eventually, I got pregnant, and then I just got a job. I was 19. I got pregnant and had my son at 20. But I worked. I worked the whole 9 months. I worked at Lord and Taylor. I used to catch the bus. The bus actually 7 McAfee's come in front of my door. Direct, I walk out the door and
Get
boom,
right on the bus?
That was the bus stop. So I actually got to know the bus stop, man. He's,
That's dope. What is dope and it's scary at the same time because everybody on the fucking mark bus
know where the fuck you stay at. Well, what I
and
used
then
to do
you're a little
is,
girl, so it was at the time. It was like, to me, that's kind of like I would not want my fucking child. Everybody on the martyr bus to know where my daughter stayed.
especially this back in the day and age.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. But after a while you get a little smart. You either stand there for a minute or you walk up the street and let the bus keep going. And it was different ways I had to play it, but I never even thought about it that way. You absolutely right. I just was directly in front of my door.
Yeah.
Directly
in front of your door.
So I used to hear that bitch all night.
That motherfucker just.
all night long.
So let me ask you a question. Have you let your kids experience riding the martyr bus?
I did. I took both of them.
Really?
I did. I took both of them. We rode the train. We rode the different stops. We stopped and got pizza. We did a bunch of shit.
Okay.
But I've actually took them a few times to let them know, like before I was driving these little Benzes and the little shit I got.
Yeah.
this what I rode in for a long time. Cause I rode the bus for a long time. Even after I had my son, I rode the bus for a long time. A long time. Motor car. It wasn't a Breeze card then.
And that was what, 20? So in that time, what was going on in that era when you was 20 years old?
That OJ shit.
What? Hey!
No.
What, the Juice Man?
Nah, she talking about OJ, the one with the glove.
Listen, OJ back then, the Bronco motherfucker.
The
The one with the glove.
My boy said that was his glove, bro.
Listen, the Bronco
I
motherfucker.
studied that movie,
OJ.
man. OJ is a bad motherfucker.
Listen.
For real? Yeah.
He tried to stick a hand in
You
Lil
think OJ did that shit?
I do. I do.
I don't think he did.
I do.
Yeah.
It's just how to get away with murder.
Damn.
I do though.
So what's one of your memories from back then that you can give us, like in that 20-year-old OJ era?
Oh,
About what was going on with you? You're a 19-year-old young lady. Just had a baby.
I was 20.
You was 20.
Oh, this is a good one. Well, my mother was always married. She always, she was one of the motherfuckers. She get a boyfriend. Next month she married. So,
Damn.
so it was my sister, them daddy. She was married to. Then she was married when we moved from Glenwood down to further down Glenwood, and they got divorced, and then she got married again. So my stepdad was Jamaican. After I had my son, cause I actually didn't work after I had my son. I had to save all my money for 9 months. Excuse me. And I was real. My mother worked in the healthcare system. She been there fucking 40 years working in the ER. So I was real health conscious with my son. So I did I didn't want nobody to touch him. I didn't want nobody to kiss him. I didn't want nobody to see him. She done told me about all these diseases your baby get and you can't do this. So I actually stayed in the house for about like 6-7 months. I didn't go anywhere. It's me and my baby. So then one day out the blue, she was like, "Hey, you ain't working. I see you keep sitting around this motherfucker every day. You need to move. Me and my husband want our house, and you got 14 days to move."
2 weeks.
Listen,
She got you 2 weeks.
I wasn't even working. She got me 14 days. So I had a homegirl. She was from Dallas. While I was pregnant, she worked at Jazz T's. I used to always go with her to, the club. She's
Whoa, explain to everybody what Jazz T's is.
Jazz T's is
That
a
shit.
legend.
That shit.
Strip club. Like before the Get Money, when that what was out? Gator boots and a pimp dot Gucci shoes.
That's when the real Glenwood days were jumping.
Listen, I ain't got no job,
But I stay fly.
So Jazz T was the strip club. The strip club with the best strip club on the east
it
side.
was the best. They rivals was Body Tap back then. That was Jazz T. If you old school era, you definitely know about Jazzy T. Every nigga in the city, all across the country, everybody has experienced Jazzy T's at least once. It's in pretty much everybody's song from the early 90s to the mid 2000s. Everybody raps about Jazzy T. So my homegirl actually used to work there. So she used to take me there when I was pregnant just to, get me out the house and sit in, with her. So when I told her about what my mom had said, she was like, "Shit, they got amateur contests on Thursdays. And, at least that'll get you some money to move or whatever, you decide you're trying to do." So I had never danced before, but I could dance, I guess, per se. So I actually did the amateur contest that Thursday. She gave me some shoes. She got me a couple of, not a lot of moves, but this is what you can do, this is what you can do. But I was always flexible. I could always do back bends and splits and all kind of shit. So I was like, shit, I'm just gonna use what I already knew how to do on amateur contest. So I made like $2,200. Like I actually
On the amateur night? On your amateur contest.
on the amateur contest.
What was your
night.
signature move you did?
Well, I used to do the pole. So I just, did a couple moves. We used to have a pole in my backyard. So I just did a couple moves I used to do, swing around the goddamn pole in the backyard.
Your ass is hard. Damn. 2,200.
I made $2,200. Well, of course, she made sure, her customers, and
sure.
she told her people, and she set it up for me real nice. She did, and Jeff was the manager back then. Jeff and Cece. Jeff and Cece, who actually own Jazzy T.
Oh, really?
Yep, they gave me a job. And they told me I could start that Friday. So I actually started dancing. I did amateur contest and I started working the very next day. And I did that for 2 weeks. Actually, I did it for like 12 days. And they had this cab driver who he was like the neighborhood, the club cab, cab driver. Back then, all the bitches, it wasn't Uber, it wasn't no Lyft.
Now them cabs used to be the shit.
It was the cab driver. So there was this one cab driver I ended up getting cool with who was like the neighborhood, all the girls knew him. He took everybody home. So he actually stayed in some apartments next to Spanish Trace, called Pine Village back then, right on County Road.
Yeah.
Off 1-5.
And what's that? Poundersville, right at the corner, right behind the Wells Fargo. I was, talking to him. He's actually used to pick me up my baby, take my baby. My babysitter was the neighborhood junkie, but she was the cleanest lady you've ever met. She had like 5 or 6 kids. So that's who used to babysit my son. So my cab driver used to take me, take my baby, drop him off, take me to the club. And he was like, we really got cool, told me what was going on. And I was like, I need to move. My mom about to put me out. I got but a few days. And he was like, well, I date the girl who is in the leasing office where I live at. So he took me up there. I ain't never, filled out the application no more than the job. So, I filled out my application. He did. I ain't need no check stubs. I didn't need anything. I got the apartment. It was 1 bedroom, paying $550 a month. So on the 12th day, I pulled up with a U-Haul truck and I moved.
Bam.
I moved on my mother. And she was actually stunned. Like, she was like, you moving? Yeah. You gave me 14. I ain't got 48 more hours. You move. I'm out of here. She told me I can take everything in my room. So I, broke all this shit down. The cab driver, man, helped me with the U-Haul, and I got my very first apartment.
That's dope.
Be knowing how to pay bills. I got put out.
Oh shit, man! What the fuck?
So nigga,
See that coming?
What the fuck,
We
bro?
did not see that coming, show. What the fuck?
I had never been taught how to pay bills.
What the fuck you mean?
Like
You just paid the day is due.
Listen.
Nah, they had to go get money orders and shit back
Listen,
then.
I'm 21 years old with a 1-year-old baby.
Wow.
Had just got, I ain't know how to pay no goddamn bill. I had been paying.
So let me ask you a question. Are you talking about like how to put the money up to actually pay the bills?
Listen,
or are you talking about
just not being structured, period. I was making a whole lot of money. You understand me? I got with the crew who actually was like the it girls for the club. They actually taught me how to dance. So I actually, I didn't know how to save no money. We used to make $2,000 on Sunday, go to Magic City on Monday. Fuck it up, I'm back broke again on Tuesday. And back then it was, I'll make it again tomorrow. And a lot of times,
And you'll blow it again.
but a lot of times you did make it back tomorrow. Like a lot of days, I actually made it back double. Sometimes. But
What's the most you ever made?
in the night, like $6,500.
Yeah.
In the night.
That's a lot of ass shaking.
I'm finna get my grandma on that.
But I've actually made, and I mean, and this
that needs to help me get me grandma.
but that's just without a birthday party. Like I've had a party, I made a 10. I done made a 15 for a birthday on the birthday party. Like no bullshit. I've seen bitches make way more than that. That's mild. They fuck with you the long way, but not the strong way. But I've seen some bitches make a 40, make a 50. I've seen some hoes make some for real money, like some trash bag, like the whole hefty bag, the 20 that come in that motherfucker. All 20 is full of money. Like I've seen it firsthand.
Counting for days.
Listen,
That's hard.
for days. So
yeah, you
like I
can't,
said,
you
I
didn't know
didn't
how to structure, so you got put out.
I got put out, and it's the fucked up part about it. I went and hung out with some motherfuckers. We went and hung out. I actually had a man at my house, who was there. I ain't even come home. Went and fucked out with my homegirls, and I got put out, and he actually stayed the whole time. I ain't get there out to check out. We'll check out at 10, 12 o'clock.
What hold on, they came evicted your shit?
And I had a man at my house, and
he just sat there and was like, shit, y'all, this shit ain't mine.
But he sat outside with all my shit I got there.
Oh, he a hell of a nigga then.
Listen,
Man, what?
Rest in peace, my dog.
That nigga fuck with you then. He did good.
Oh, he ain't have nowhere to go.
No, he had somewhere to go. He just said, I just know if I would have left.
Oh, they gonna get all this shit.
And that's exactly what he said. He said, you ain't have much longer, you know. That's what he said. I knew checkout time, wherever you was at, checkout time about 11, 12. He said I wasn't going to stay no longer than 1 o'clock.
Oh, you was out there in the hotel.
I was just out, just fucking off. All my shit was
money. Yo, I should have been paying them bills.
Listen, I ain't nobody had taught me that. I ain't know that you can still pay your shit on the 12th of the next month before the folk come get you and before you go to court and all that shit. And I ain't know none of that. My license shit done got cut out 2-3 times. I ain't know them. I just didn't know. I didn't know how to pay bills. I was not structured at all. So
how long did it take you from that time to learn how to get structured?
Oh, that was it.
First of all, I'm gonna set it up because I feel like what you went through is something that a lot of young girls go through and don't nobody really talk about that. First of all, you jumped in the club. And not only did you jump in the club, you went from not making you had a job, wasn't making no money like that, and used to have no money like that, to making thousands of dollars a day.
Yep.
With absolutely no structure.
You went from 0 to 25.
You went 0 to 2,200, right? 25 in one night.
What you said you made the amateur night?
2,200.
Right. So and not only did you make that in one night, you had no money to actually move you and your baby out of a house into an apartment. That shit ain't easy. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't.
And that's a lot of stress for somebody to deal with, even if you've been taught how to be structured with your money. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy. So what was your emotion at that time? Like, what was going on? Like,
I cried
on the inside.
I cried like hell, cause it was embarrassing. You know, my mother laughed at me. Yo, you back? Cause guess what? I had to go back to my mama.
Damn.
That'll work for the world, ain't it?
And to have to say, and she like, what you mean? I'm like, I gotta come back today. I ain't know, do you got room for me? So I went from having a room, like, at that point, my mother, she took my room and she did something else with it. So it wasn't even suitable for me coming back home. So it was now me and a kid on my mother's sofa, which was the wig. It was the wig. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it for long. So someone taught me. I ain't gonna lie. I had a guy. He actually taught me how to do a 60-40 with myself, and I learned this at 23 years old. Because I actually stayed in an apartment I moved at 20, and I stayed in the apartment. I moved at 22, so I moved back with my mom and I was 22. So I stayed in the apartment 2 years. Then I got put out. So then I learned the 60-40.
What's that?
What is 60-40 is you keep 60% of your money and you put it up, and you take the 40, whatever the fuck the 40 is. If it ain't but $30, you make it work. You put a 10 in your tank. You figure out what you can eat for $5. You know, you just and you know if something happens, you got out of 100, you got to put your 60 up. You keep that 40. You figure that shit out with that 40. But if anything happens, you got your 60 already put up. I learned that early, but I still didn't apply it for a long time, just because the money was coming so fast. You know, then designer. You know, everybody wanted to do designer. Everybody wanted to be this. You know. I still didn't have a car, so I was catching a cab all around everywhere. I still had to pay babysitters.
That was expensive. So you was living an expensive lifestyle.
Yeah. And off some money I was just hoping I could make again the next day.
So at 23, that's when you finally learned. That's when you learned the 60-40.
I learned the 60-40. I didn't apply it.
When did you start applying it?
I started applying it after I went to jail. I actually, like I said, I used to 4-4 on in between me dancing. I still, you know, get up in the morning.
Get jammed up though.
At the bank, sleep. Just literally write a check, get into the motherfucker, and fall asleep.
You got narcolepsy?
No, I hadn't worked all night, tired.
1, 2, 3. Hey, welcome to Exit44. Today, man, we got special guest Twanny in the beat.
What up, though? 20, 1_20. 20 with an A. Representing right here, Exit44 podcast. They got cool ass gifts and shit. Y'all go fuck with them. Definitely subscribe, and subscribe on your friend phone too.
Hello.
I say one thing about when you tired, you tired.
You tired, and I have been doing this so long, and neglecting my baby, and you know,
Where the baby was at?
at the babysitter, at a bomb ass babysitter, But you know, when you that young, you actually want your baby.
How many times you got caught?
I only got caught once at the bank. I did it for about 2 or 3 years. And I only got caught once. And like I said, I had worked at Pinups. There's some Pinups was closing at what? They had just started closing at like 5 in the morning, some shit like that. So I left there, picked my son up from my actual overnight babysitter and took him to the daycare. Bad early parenting.
He ain't know you at all.
Yeah. Till I slow down. Yeah. But it is what it is. Like, it's a lot of girls go through this shit right now. Like, it took me a long time to learn how to be a parent.
Right.
Like, dead ass. Like, not even a parent, a mother. Because everybody a parent. But it's different when you put your mom shit in there, you know, actually taking care of your kids for real. But I dropped them off at the daycare probably by 8. I was at the bank at 9 when they opened up. And I did Regents for I fuck with Regents hard. They banned me. They got my picture and everything. I can't.
Yeah, but fuck, she don't fuck Regis up.
Hey, Regis, man, free my partner, let her back in there, man.
Damn, man, we trying to work out a move. Fuck wrong with y'all.
I can't even step my foot in that bitch. I probably got a big ass picture in the back of that motherfucker. Say, with the circle and the thing. That motherfucker.
She said the picture say,
Yeah, it say, Just, So I actually go to the bank and I'll probably be like 4 or 5 banks. So this last one, they had just put their Regions right there across the street from Amtrak in that building right there, across the bridge. I go in there, and it was back then they had the one way in, but they first started having them locked doors where they can just lock the shit from the end. Listen, this is the funniest shit ever. I go in there, write the check, and I put my fingerprint, but I don't put the stuff on the super glue on my your fingertip to kind of smudge your fingerprint. So the dude, I don't get it. I don't get to do it again. So I realized I had that when I thought about this shit. Bitch, you don't put your fingerprint 7 times, goof ass girl. So he looking at me like, all right, cool. So he say, give me a minute. I'm gonna have somebody else look over this. And the minute was me getting tapped on and just turned around. But at this point, I had done
Fell asleep.
I actually leaned and fell asleep. I was tired. I was tired as a motherfucker. I'm just sitting here and when they tapped me, I turned around, it was police. And get what I do? Take out one and get what I do head first.
What?
Into that glad?
Man, listen.
Come on, now.
Head first.
I mean,
come on.
They didn't even run after me. The police, they didn't even run after me. They laughed. Listen, they laughed so hard. They talked about this shit always.
Shout have dropped up sleep and said, fuck it, I'm out.
Listen, and took off. And all I remember was
Glass took your ass down.
Yes,
listen,
sir.
I had the biggest knot. I actually went on mugshot.com and disputed that goddamn picture because I know way in hell I would never get a celebrity status and the motherfucker pull that shit up.
What the fuck?
Listen, that motherfucker because I was going so fast and I just knew I was finna no.
And you hadn't started the trip and everything,
Man,
bro.
listen. Them folks laughed so hard. They talked about that shit when I got to the jail. It was like the joke of the day. This bitch tried to run and the door was locked and look at her head.
We did not do that.
Oh, we did not
She
do
beat her own ass.
It's not our fault this time.
So then when I went to jail, I actually never got out. I didn't get out for 7.5 months. I found out I was pregnant with my daughter.
Damn.
You pregnant in jail?
I was pregnant in jail for 7.5 months.
Afeni Shakur?
And that's when,
straight up.
That was like the second little. I caught the first little big meets, but that's when they was actually going in. So I'm actually
the BML, and I'm glad you brought that up.
That was that era. I caught the first beginning of it.
Okay.
The Jazzy Tees and the little bit of pinups. But when they start for real going in, I was in jail.
Damn.
I was in jail and I caught the last little.
Oh, missing out.
They had a 1 year. They had a year where them niggas went.
It was 2000.
So crazy.
It was 2004. No, it was 2004. Hell yeah, because that's when I had my daughter. 2004.
And them niggas was here. I remember that shit.
Yep. It was 2004.
So you caught the tail end of
I caught the beginning, the early beginning, and I caught the ass end when they, they couldn't even go nowhere. They were killing every goddamn body. They names started getting fucked up when niggas who was Kurtwood was now Black Mafia family.
Niggas just switching up. Niggas like, fuck it, we with them niggas.
We the mob.
They got the money.
They got the money, bro. They go over here.
We the mob.
Fuck all that other
Everybody
shit.
got on all black now.
Everybody had on all black. But even in jail, it was so fucked up with me being in jail because my lawyer, I was his last case before he was running for a judge, and I had Hang'em Hancock. If you ever been to Carroll County Jail, everybody know about
Hancock.
Everybody know about Hancock. He was my judge, but my lawyer and Hancock went to high school. Went to college together, and was college roommates. Still didn't work out. He didn't give a fuck. He was like, she pregnant.
He still don't give a, he never gave a fuck about nobody.
He never gave a fuck about anything. I had 7.5 months on probation. He said revoked the whole 7.5 months. He said, he specifically told me to my face that women have babies in here every day. Take it back to jail.
With your ass.
He said women have babies in here every day. Take it back.
God
So
damn.
I ain't never cried so hard in my life. But I knew I was there. I ended up being trustee. They knew I was pregnant. I got into it with a girl from Fulton County. They sent me back. Good thing about it, they never took my time back. So they gave me my extra month off. So when I got
I got to fighting in there.
No,
Oh,
Stabbed her.
I never got to fight. He was just one of them Fulton County bitches who, she was one of them, what they call them transfers. She had a case over here and they just brought her over here and bitch came with a Fulton County shirt still on and, and I'm screaming, Glenwood, bitch, you for real? East Side. I'd show you what's going on if I wasn't pregnant, but it cool. Take me back to regular population. Fuck this bitch anyway, but even more fucked up, I had a guy I was dating. I had to move out my mom's apartment. I stayed in Concept 21, right behind Hillendale. They first had built the Quick Trip there. I stayed right there. My rent was $850. I had a dope ass apartment, 2-bedroom. I was 22 years old, a dope ass motherfucking bedroom. I had a nigga that bought me a car. Had another nigga paying me rent. Penthouse was bumping back then. And then I had a guy, when I got locked up, I had a guy I was dating, and he actually paid my rent for 7.5 months and didn't know I was pregnant. Came to see me every other week. Had a cruise planned for me when we was, he was like, as soon as you get out, we're going to go on the cruise.
But they want your baby daddy.
It wasn't my baby daddy. No.
Damn, you fucked up nigga.
And my baby daddy, who I was fucking with, rest in peace, he ended up dying a couple years later. It was just all bad.
Yeah.
It was all fucked up. I had to move back with my mom. I tell this nigga I was pregnant. Because, he pulled up as soon as I got out. He pulled up the same day. And I'm like, 7.5 months pregnant. I'm pregnant. I ain't putting no shirt over this. And
Yeah, it's over with.
Ain't no more 3X.
But you still
shirt.
you're talking to him on the phone while you in there.
Yeah, he come to see me every week, but money on my boots, pay my rent for 7.5 months.
You couldn't see it when he was coming to see you?
The glass so thick. I put on one of them big ass 3X shirts, and you sit down when you talk to me. I'm already sitting. I'm already sitting down when he comes to see me.
You gonna have to beat him to that seat.
Yeah, I beat him to the seat. I'm already sitting down, so yeah. Just have to tell him that I'm pregnant, it ain't his baby. I have to tell a nigga who I ain't talked to in 7.5 months that this is your baby. It was just all bad. It was all bad. Like, I've got a real story. I probably can write a book on. Stayed with my mom for about.
Did she hit you with the "you back again"?
Well, me and her had a big disagreement because back then I was 4'4", so the guy who I actually was working for, he gave my mom money every week, and he took, my son was there with her, so he was making sure every week my mom got some money. She had done filed me on her income tax, and she gave me like $300. I probably had like a 10 put up in my bank account, left it with my card. My mother gave me $200 when I got out of jail, literally.
That's normally the story.
Yeah,
but she had to take care of the baby.
But you had my money. I left you about a 10. I got this nigga who coming over here every week giving you money, and you done file me and my son on your income tax. You crazy as hell. $200, $2,000. I might not have been so mad, but $200.
Man, how big your son?
How long you were gone, Twanny?
7.5 months.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. Even if it's
But
even if it's $1,000,
giving her the money, and she filing income tax, so she up. It don't take that much money, man.
It don't
But
take
they
no
kept
10.
Moms would have had to get the back of that skillet.
Man, listen, it don't take.
Man, you ain't gonna give mom the back of the skillet.
You right. I'm gonna hit her with that crock pot, motherfucker. She gonna feel that glass. Boop, my motherfucking money. Hell is you doing? I need a 10. I've been locked up for 7 months.
So so you back 7 months. 7 months back
7.5 months.
to them 200.
So $200, two men that's looking at me dumb as fuck. It was just, I was just down, what they call it, down on my dick, or if that's the term I can use. I was just all fucked up. I had my one homegirl who actually stayed down with me the whole time. My best friend, she, when it was time for me to move. Oh, on top of that, when I got out, when it was time for me to get out, my lease was up. So now I have to worry about not having nowhere to stay. My fucking lease up. I gotta tell this nigga I'm pregnant. It ain't his baby. It was just hit after hit after hit. Like, so I was really, and then I didn't even want my daughter. I ain't want no more kids.
Right.
So just I didn't want any more. I actually was trying to get out of jail so I could have an abortion. So, that's how that came about. When I was telling you about my lawyer was, picture me getting out because he was trying to make it to the judge like I was having complications, but I had been, I already been to the hospital from jail, which is the most embarrassing thing you ever fucking do. Go to the hospital and everybody know you from Atlanta and you go to the hospital when you handcuffed and have to go to grading. It's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done in life. Like, dead ass.
Wait, so you go have a baby, then they handcuff you and take you back to jail? No.
Even when you go having your just checkups. Oh, because once you're pregnant, once you come in jail pregnant, they automatically set you up for to see an OBGYN at the local hospital, which is Grady. So you have to go like within the 30 days that you're there, the first 30 days, especially once after you go to court and they actually know that you're actually not going anywhere. You're properly them to have to make sure that you're okay, for lawsuit reasons or whatever the case may be. So having to do that and get out and not have nowhere to stay, my damn apartment, and my lease up, and having to have somebody come get all my shit, and it was just blow. So I had a homegirl who actually sell the X pills, sell them out of boatload. So she helped me get my, move all my stuff and get all my shit together. She gave me a couple $1,000s when I got home. So that, that's what kind of kept me afloat.
Y'all still tight today?
I love her to death.
That's hard. Tell her, say what's happening.
I love her to death. Pecan, I love her to death.
Pecan, drop a load over here.
I love her to death. Pecan, I'm in the prison.
What's happening, Pecan?
She ain't been in the prison a couple times, all kind of shit. She's actually a celebrity chef now. That's what she do. She cook.
Yeah, you need to stay in the kitchen, Pecan. Stay out the street, Pecan. Goddamn, Pecan tan. Shit.
So she helped me move. Well, actually, I got out in July 10th because it was right after 4th of July. So I stayed there. I stayed in my mom's house for July, August, September, October. I moved in November. I actually was going through some of my files and I had put in an application for Castleberry. One of my cousins had moved there when they first moved in. So before I got locked up, I went and got on the wait list. So when I got home, I happened to be going through some paperwork like, let me call and see where I'm at on the wait list. Yeah. Listen, I said, Lord, when the Lord be with you, he be with you. I called the bitch, might have said, you number 3 on the list. You coming up.
You number 3?
I was number 3. I was coming up.
How many months you had in wait?
I was 7.5 months. I was almost 8 months pregnant, but I'm telling her I'm pregnant. So she's telling me, wait till you have your baby. I was due in September. Wait till you have your baby and I can give you a 3-bedroom, not a 2, because I had 3. Me and 2 kids, and
for sure.
2 kids, boy and a girl, couldn't be in the same room. It was based on your income compartments. So your boy and your girl couldn't be in. They had to have separate rooms. So she's like, I'm gonna put you in. Come down here, fill your application out. I'm gonna put you and let me call me as soon as you have your baby. I had my baby September 27th. I moved like the 3rd week of October. I moved. So I was back in. I had no car, but I still had my furniture. I had my kids. I had a couple dollars. So I actually caught the cab from downtown McDaniel Street to Pinups.
You still had the same driver?
I still had the same driver. He's actually my goddad.
That hard.
Oh, yeah, shit.
He my goddad. Now he just took me in as a daughter. Like he's done so much for me. Like I don't think I could have gotten by just on some real shit. For somebody to drop your kid off and pick your kid up and make sure you get, back and forth when you need to be without touching on you or trying to do something to your kids or,
just trying to get something from you anyway.
Listen, because after a while, he stopped taking my money. Like, I used to have to leave the money, and they text me, hey, I left you a 40 right here. I left you 100. I used to make so much money. He used to be like, no, just get you and your son together. Get you and your kids together, So that's how I end up, he's my god. Anything he fucking need. I don't give a fuck what it is. I could go outside, put a sign up and say, hey, I need this for some shit. That's what I do for him.
For sure.
So I caught a cab from Pinups from downtown. I did this for probably like 5 months, and then I financed my first car. I know nothing about finance. I ain't no bitch.
What kind of car you get?
Nissan Maxima, called the green machine. She like a little light green. She was fine, my girl. But I didn't know nothing about cars, so they didn't sell me a lemon. But I was so upside down, that motherfucker, it was ridiculous.
Hey man, fuck y'all who sold that car, man.
My nigga, you learn it. You learn it as you go for real.
Listen, I've had a rocky road. That's why people look at me and I be like, you wouldn't have a clue. Cause I don't act like what I've been through. I don't do that shit, you know. I don't use that shit as no beneficiary for a motherfucker feeling a certain kind of way about me. Cause I still I work 2-3 jobs my goddamn self right now. I'm work day shift and night shift, you know, get what the fuck I need. But yeah, I learned. I had never financed a car. I just figured I know I needed a car for 2 goddamn kids, and I just went to the little neighborhood car lot up the street, and they sold me a car that probably was worth $5,000 for
14.
No, she finna say 50.
They probably hit your ass for 30.
They hit me for like $16,500 for a car that wasn't even worth $5,000.
Your ass paying $600 a month for a fucking piece of shit.
But back then, it wasn't even a piece of shit car. It actually was a nice car.
Fuck that. That shit was a piece of shit.
Yeah, they just overpriced it.
Yeah, overpriced
because they know I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about credit.
Yeah.
My credit score was fucked. I ain't know that. You know, it wasn't fucked. It was like the early 600 was. You know, back then that was poor credit. Well, shit still right now is poor credit. So I just didn't know. I ain't know it all. So I did that. I got me a car. But I thought it was the shit, man. $600. You know, I'm 24 years old, 25. Got me an apartment. I'm paying $600. I can tell a bitch I'm paying $600 for my car. No, you know, I thought it was cool, but I ain't know you an idiot.
Thought it was cool. You paying a lot.
I was paying a lot. I was paying $500.
You thought it was cool.
I thought it was cool. All my friends was broke. Bitch, I'm paying. I'm a stripper friend who, at this point, I think I was working at Pinups and the Blue Flame. You know, I thought I was just shitting in my green. I got a Nissan.
East side to the west side.
Awesome. I got a 3-bedroom. My kids knew everything. Flat screen had just came out. Them playing with motherfuckers. I had to took all my box TVs and put me flat screen.
No more fat, baby.
Listen.
I bet you finna hit us with a cartwheel. What's the bullshit? All the flat screens start working.
But that is the bullshit though, cause your motherfucking ass had a goddamn Nissan Maxima. You were paying $800 a month for that motherfucker.
What year that bill was?
A Nissan Altima.
Damn, you are balling.
It was like a 02, 03. It was bullshit. They got me.
You had that motherfucker with that little Mohawk sunroof going down the middle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was my favorite car.
It had tan interior.
Yep, it had a tan interior.
Ooh, Lord.
It was like that pretty green.
Exactly what car she talking
listen,
about.
that was my motherfucking
That'd be
bitch.
like the green of that color right there.
It had 4 wheels too then.
So
Yeah, it's for her.
so you got the Nissan. Now you back on your feet.
Back on my feet.
Now what's going on?
And then boom, I get in cosmetology school. But don't have forever. Matter of fact, that's when we was in school together. Mm-hmm. We was in school together. It's like what, 06 or 05 on this?
That was 06.
06, okay.
I thought mom, cause what? How old are
That was 07 for you.
No, it was 06.
It was 06.
It was 06.
Yeah. Because 05, 04 and 05.
Graduated 05.
I graduated 05, and then 04 and 05 I didn't do shit. I can't even remember really 04 or 05 because me and mom were drinking so much back then. But
You was drinking like that as a teenager?
Man, that nigga was a drunk.
what?
It was stunning your girl?
Deuce do I house.
Yeah. So that it was that and then it was barber school. So
Yeah.
I remember my life from 10th grade and then barber school.
Damn.
I don't remember 11, 12 and a little time after that.
I remember.
It was
I
all
can tell
just
you.
a
I mean, I
He
have
was a piece of shit.
Yeah, I was. But I'm saying, but
It was funny as fuck.
But all right, so cosmetology school,
This got cosmetology school.
Atlanta Tech.
Atlanta Tech. My auntie wanted me to do hair. I'm really good at it. I didn't want to do hair, but she was like, you know, you're a dancer, get you a trade. You know, do something. Do something. So, I got my GED in jail. Okay.
Man, hey, look, you
legit out here.
Yeah, you the other hood nigga, the girl hood nigga.
Yeah, she just took a way alternate route than the one.
It ain't alternate. It's the same shit, bro.
I'm just a girl.
She just a girl. She
That's exactly what you did.
Instead of picking up the dope, she picked up the pole.
Yep.
You feel me? But she went. She going through the same shit that a nigga go through.
Done went to
Got her paperwork in
jail.
jail.
Done fucked around over the bitch who got
No fucked
Right,
around
had
on
two
the
niggas.
Two niggas.
Yeah, damn.
You know what I'm saying?
You really just
The
ain't shit nigga.
kids. The kids.
I'm a real nigga.
To the dough.
If real nigga was a person.
Hell is you saying?
If real nigga was a person. Yeah, so I got a hair school. I did that for a while. I ended up meeting a young girl that stayed in my cosmetology class. Her mom used to like me. She was a bulldogger. I don't like women. So she was like, she was in one of them programs that they move you from out of town and they pay for your rent and they pay for your school, but you have to stay in school, but you work for them. So she did like evictions, but she had 2 kids that was from South Carolina. And her daughter, she was saying that she was graduating early and needed somewhere for her daughter to go because she was moving here to Atlanta. So mind you, I had 2 small kids. So the first thing I'm thinking is, babysitter. So, got one. So I actually let her daughter come stay with me, Tanika. Tanika stayed with me for about like 2 years because I stayed in Canterbury 6 years. So Tanika came to stay with me. I took care of like my kid, like my own daughter. And she ended up meeting a guy in apartments who was twice my age. She ended up marrying a nigga and everything. Hated it. So I taught Tanika how to drive. So in the midst of me, cosmetology school, I was at, I had to graduate from left pinups to flying. I was at Onyx now. So,
Okay, so you at Big Girl Club now.
listen, I'm actually making $2,000-3,000 a night on an easy night. Slow night is a $1,500.
Okay, slow down. So for everybody that don't know, you got level in Atlanta. You got levels of strip clubs.
You do.
know, she went from every fucking level. She went from goddamn Jazzy T
Pinups.
to the pinups to goddamn
Blue Flame.
the flame, which is
Flame.
which flame you getting
Flame
up
moving on up.
the one
And then she got there.
the top tier is a Honest and Magic to me.
Yeah,
In
it is.
Atlanta.
Not these days.
Where is it?
These days it would be the flame.
Yeah, it'll be the Flame.
It's flame these days.
It's the flame.
Well, it's still the
But
Flame.
back
Onyx
then-
and KOD.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't fuck with KOD like that recently. I gotta go check it out like that.
They got good hot wings. The chicken wings good as fuck.
So you made it. You at top 10 now.
I done graduated.
right.
Call me Big Fish.
Okay.
Big fish, not the tuna shrimp.
Not no
nigga.
motherfucking tune.
Bitch, I graduated.
Big
Call me
20.
Big Fish. Call me Big 20. So now I'm at Onyx. I'm actually making some for real money. I end up meeting a guy who, throwing that money like Big Meech too. So, it might be some 20s. It might be 6 of us in this money. I did that for a while. And then I ended up meeting a little neighborhood guy. And, let's go back. In between cosmetology school, I teach Tanika how to drive. So, one of these days I come home late, I'm tired. I had her go pick up my daughter from daycare. And Tanika runs my car into Church's Chicken. Like, Church's Chicken.
Not the Nissan.
My car, into,
I told you it was gonna be a cartwheel.
Not the Nissan?
Like some real TV shit. But she used to work there.
Somebody ran out
So
of the road.
she picked my daughter up and called herself going to get something to eat. And, she say she thought she was pressing the brakes, she pressed the gas, and it spit through the median, the fucking stopper that you're supposed to stay, and actually was inside. Like, my car was hanging from the inside of Church of Chicken.
Which one? The one in the West
Literally,
End?
my Nissan, the one in the West End. Literally.
Damn.
They hit me with like a $50,000 lawsuit because it's the brick, it's the window, it's.
And you didn't even have full coverage.
Listen, I had full coverage. That's what I did. No, I did have full coverage. But I wasn't driving. Tanika didn't have no license. I just taught her how to drive. So but the only reason why I saved me, she used to work there, so they knew all the information. She actually left the scene. So when the shit got real bad. By her leaving, you had my baby in the car, you hanging out the side.
Oh, she left the
I know. I ain't know she loved the baby.
No. She called me and say, I'm about to leave. And she left the baby with the manager. And listen, it was the most fucked up shit I did.
Where the hell she at? You still cool with her?
One thing about life, you have to learn how to
Forgive, huh?
You can't forget. You can forgive, but we got cool and then we just not got cool. I feel like I have been over taking care of her too long. Like, you grown, you had got married, and all kind of shit, and I can't keep doing this with you. It's costing me way more than I can even afford myself. At one point, I admit the time, do you get fucked with no grease with that? Where do we end? So, you have to let shit go and just be okay with letting shit go.
Yeah.
For sure.
So that's what I had to do. So after that, after her running through my shit, and I ended up getting another car. I ended up financing another car, which I actually did way better this time. My credit was good. I did way better.
Okay.
And
Lesson learned. Keep going.
I ended up meeting a guy, bald head, from Oakland City. So I ended up fucking with bald head. Bald head, he's undercover snouter. I didn't know he snouted, but I used to always see just rolled up shit all the time.
Whoa. Hey, man. So, is that a thing in Atlanta?
Stop jumping out.
I'm sorry.
I had all three of us like, what the fuck? And this nigga a shooter.
I know, man. Listen, everybody in Atlanta, lately I've been joking on it a lot, but every nigga in Atlanta.
It ain't a joke.
Y'all niggas love cocaine in Atlanta, bro.
Cocaine.
Y'all niggas stop acting like y'all don't love cocaine. Everybody got an undercover habit, and we know it.
We know who you are.
We know exactly.
And we gonna find you.
Don't think we don't know.
I still got that open bet for anybody can do 10 lines in front of us for $1,000.
Hey man, y'all niggas think we don't know. and hey, I want the world to know, bro.
We know.
Stop hiding it, bro. It's okay. You can do what you.
They been on TikTok. You know how they be on TikTok.
Ain't nobody gonna judge you.
It's a little play thing now with the little dance where, and then they hit it and then they fall back.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
It's a thing on TikTok right now. You ain't seen it?
Oh,
like you act like you
shit.
snout and then you act like you fall back.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't play like that.
So he's a big snouter.
But I didn't know it. But he's so dope. So he was the brick man. So at least I thought he was. He was the.
Hey, middleman.
Listen,
Cap it hell.
listen. It looked good. The man had so much money, and it was. At that point, I ain't know.
Everybody can't be the man, bro.
But I knew that money was getting passed through. Anyhow, I had to stop fucking with him. I ended up pregnant, and I'm having my first abortion ever. 30 years old.
By him.
Hold on, before we get into this story, gotta hit the cameras again because.
Why is you eating on camera? Bro, I ain't got time, I'm busy getting in, bro.
Better get my ass on camera.
Oh yeah, he gonna post.
This don't make no sense.
She fixing the titties.
Twin, she got her twins.
Hey, twin, she got her titties.
Oh, she got a titty got? Hold on.
Boogie.
Okay. Not only was it my first abortion at 30 years old, I actually was 4.5 months pregnant. So I was pregnant, like know what I was having and all that.
Oh shit!
Right, I was real pregnant. I spent like $1,300 for an abortion.
So they get expensive the farther along you get.
It was $1,400. And Ballhead had all girls. It was a boy. So it was,
God damn, you took that man, boy, Twanny.
it was the first time I
Ballhead
actually
hate
seen. Oh, he does.
I hate your ass too.
I can't say that. He was just in my DM a few months last year talking about he getting out.
He seen that ass.
That probably what it is.
You want that old thing back?
I wasn't there.
You wouldn't let him hit no more?
No,
That fucked up.
I wasn't there. I wouldn't want
to hit your ass nowhere. You took my son.
I went through ways.
Nah, I ain't got no more all girl.
Yeah,
what
he
you
had a
saying?
girl. So it was the first time I actually seen a man cry. I had never seen a man cry like ever. Like he cried. So I stopped dealing with him for a few months. Well, prior to me having an abortion, I had moved out of Castleberry. I had got my apartment broken in twice. And I think it was just the TVs because back then everybody was just breaking in. That's when everybody was still in plasma TVs.
Plasma was new.
It was really they was new. So people, people who didn't have them, niggas was kicking in your doors. Not only that, it was the time where what's the guy who Brian Nichols. I stayed in Castleberry at the time when Brian Nichols did the thing in at the courtroom. So
March 2005.
right. So and that's they closed down Barn Home. They closed down. What's the other apartment? John Hope. So Castleberry was like, it was some projects prior to them actually redoing them. So when they closed on all the projects, niggas didn't have nowhere to go. So the gas station across the street from where I stayed, it was like Club Texaco. Like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, it's 40 niggas at the store. 3 o'clock at night, it's 40 niggas at the store. I might come home, it might be a gang of niggas in the parking lot shooting dice. So, to see me come in with TVs and shit like that, like I said, they broke my apartment twice, and then I just ended up moving. I moved all the way to got into the rental house thing, and I moved into a lady house, and unbeknown, when it rained inside the house.
Oh,
really?
damn.
So, I went from nice furniture to no furniture. So that was my first time I actually filed a house claim. Didn't know anything about that either. I got policy was $15,000. They gave me $4,000. They gave me $4,000. They fucked me really bad. I didn't know. I could have got all my money for the shit. I just didn't know. So I ended up moving out of there and got me a house in Walker Road in Stone Mountain, Ontario Road. That was my med ball head at Onyx, and I had the abortion, and I hadn't dealt with him in about a month and a half after I had the abortion, and then he called me out the blue. I just popped back up out the blue. I've been sitting at home smoking weed all day, get over the bald head house, fall asleep, and they bust his house. He ran. Him and his homeboy ran. I caught a trafficking charge.
God
Listen,
damn.
hadn't talked to this nigga in months. Pull up and catch a trafficking charge. Luckily, the guy one of my homeboys who I was fucking, real cool with at Onyx was the big time nigga. Him and Renee Rockwell was real cool. The big time lawyer for Fulton County. So he ended up, I sat in jail for 10 days. My bond was $260,000. And I signed out. And I actually sat in the holding cell for about 2 days. I was scared to leave. I didn't even know, I ain't never heard nobody bonding out. I'm having a signature bond on $260,000. So
I'm gonna say, how the hell you get an SOR?
I signed out on $260,000. Swear to God, it terrified me. I sat in the holding cell for 2 days. I heard them calling my name 30 times. I just sat there until one of the big sergeants was like, "What is your name? You've been in here for 2 days." And I'm like, "Sir, I'm really scared to leave. I don't know what's gonna be on the other side. I watch so many damn TVs and movies and shit." So he was like, "No, you're good." Renee actually got the judge to sign off on your bond because I had never been in that kind of trouble. So I ended up getting out. I dealt with that. I dealt with that for a year.
How you beat that?
Well, she made me take some classes. I had to take some classes where I only seen Chinese and white people at. I was the only black girl. So it was one of them.
I really found out your problem.
What?
You gotta stop fucking going to sleep.
Yeah, I can fuck around. I be tired. Fuck around, go sleep and get in and wake up every time in jail.
Every time you wake up, you in jail, bro.
You know what? Damn.
Need to do some Adderall.
I be tired.
Because at this point, boy, you go to sleep. Somebody's doomed in the morning.
Somebody is doomed in the morning.
Don't go to sleep here.
And you never know.
If you
Start getting sleepy in there. Nigga better run.
I'm out.
No, baby.
Damn, I never.
Get up.
That's crazy because I never even thought about it like that. Like you
ain't tired, is you?
Listen, I ain't tired.
All right. Shit.
We all in the no. But that is something to think about. I hadn't even thought about it like that. Like you dead ass for real. Every time I lay down, go sleep and wake up, I'm in handcuffs.
D, we ain't even heard the rest of it.
It's the real shit though.
Oh, right. And then I caught another one a year apart. I caught 2 trafficking charges back to back.
How you catch this one?
The second one you did that shit.
No. Going to get some weed. Pull up to my homeboy weed spot. I'm actually sitting outside on the phone for 30 minutes. Just not paying attention. It's one thing about life.
Why you at somebody's spot just on the fucking phone?
Listen,
He was taking
And you weren't working or just kicking it or
Ain't no
what
kicking
the
it at the spot.
Yeah,
It's
what
an
the
in and
fuck?
out.
Yeah.
It's the spot.
She waiting on him to bag her shit up.
man, it was a whole bunch of people in the house.
Shout out to all the real trappers.
It was 15 niggas in the house, a nigga in a wheelchair, a bitch from out of town.
I know they left his ass, didn't they?
Where the fuck did he go? He just sat there. Nigga just
Nigga
sat
supposed to act like he was kidnapped.
I was just like, I'm paralyzed, bro. I'm paralyzed. I can't move.
Man, go get them nigga, man. They had me in the bitch all week.
Man, call my grandma. I only got my phone.
Niggas always want to call their grandma.
She gonna
want to call their grandma?
I with my grandmama here. Face ass. I with my grandmama still alive. It wouldn't even happen. But listen, I brought tears to my
What the fuck? The nigga in the wheelchair, did they lock his ass up too?
He went to jail too. We all went to jail.
Damn.
And the nigga I was getting the weed from took out running. He didn't even go to jail. And I actually would have took out running too, but shit, I don't, you don't know niggas. If we was on Glenwood, guess what I did? Ran, cause I know Glenwood. Like I said, we was on Cleveland Avenue, so I don't know these niggas. I don't know where to go.
Running, bro.
I probably would have ran right into the police.
I can get away running.
I don't think women can get away running from the police, bro. It just be like, why are you running? Just stop.
No, so take it easy. You're going down.
Just stop, cause you stupid.
You're going down.
Horrible.
Oh, shit, my back. My fucking back.
And women just don't know. We don't know what to do. We just
They just get stuck
we
like
be
a deer in the
stuck,
headlight, bro.
we don't know what to do. Me and the girl both was like,
What the fuck?
What the fuck,
This
girl?
shit going down. Oh shit. Oh shit.
we didn't know what the fuck to do.
Bro,
We didn't know.
I was on that girl IG Live and she got pulled over and arrested, bro. It was just like that.
You be like,
Like she in the car with a nigga, bro. She just got down. She see the cops pull up. They drag her ass out of the car. I said, "Oh shit, that bitch that got real." Oh, listen.
you don't be knowing what to do. Like we don't know what to do. Like I don't know what
ass
to
up
do.
in that hood though. Boo! I heard that. Thoo. I said, "Ooh."
So you be thinking on TV that you know how they do that, they do the raid and they talk to them and then they let you go. So in my mind, I was shit. I'm finna talk my way. I don't even know. I just happened to pull up. I was just getting a bag of weed.
Oh, why would you say that?
Motherfuckers say they ain't kidding about none of that shit. Now this one's here. The second time I went, I know that I learned that it's $1 a gram. That's how they do your bond. So it was 160 grams. So my bond was $160,000. I'm like, oh.
You were getting 160 grand?
No, I was getting 2 grams. 2 grams of some OG.
They charge you for all the shit that's in the house?
They charge everybody.
I'm saying, so you went over there for 2 grams?
I went over there for some weed.
And then you buying some bullshit, so that's why you were really outside. They had your head way. Shawty gotta come up.
I just think I was their way in. Because before they come in, they sit and they surveillance it. They watch you do a couple plays before they come in there, motherfucker. Even down with even that ball head spot. When the officer was talking, they told me we been sitting out here. We've been sitting outside. We've been watching this shit for a week.
Damn.
So they seen it. They was sitting outside watching this shit. So I think I was just their way inside the house. So my time I knocked on the door and I went in the house probably 10 minutes, if that. And they came and busted. So I was really stuck. So at this point, I'm back in jail again. I sat in this motherfucker for 28 days this time.
Who the fuck do you be calling when you locked up to take care of your shit?
My TT, my auntie, my mama's sister.
Okay.
Because the thing about me going to jail, I always have...
Went to jail, not going.
Yeah, every time I went to jail, I've always had some money put up. Like I said, when I finally learned the 60/40 is when I actually moved. I learned it. And then I moved to Castleberry and I started learning how to manage my money a little bit better. So
you done went to jail more time than Gucci Man.
Probably so.
Man.
Probably so.
Yeah.
And I used to go to jail for fighting all the time. Like I'm banned from the West End Mall. Don't y'all play that part.
All the time.
They got my picture in there too. Yeah, I got to fight a girl spit on me and I let her have it in the parking lot. So anytime you get to fight in the mall and outside, inside, they always ban you from the mall. So I'm barred from the West End Mall.
How long you think that man really staying though?
That shit.
You know what? That's a good question. Maybe I'll go tomorrow and go to security and ask, is my picture still in the back?
Nah, they watch it. They watch it, Exit44, man. Fuck the West End. Y'all don't let my partner back in there. That's why she inside the cab.
That's why I'm inside the cab. Yeah, but shit, after that, having to deal with all that, what happened after that?
So what age was this? What age we at now?
We at 30.
Yeah, we at 30. So I called 2000. It was 2010, 2011. It's 2021. I'm 40. So I called them back to back. I ended up. I did 28 days in jail. Then I did another little program. Both cases got dismissed. By the grace of God, I got both of them dismissed. I actually got them both of them no pro se, which is actually completely wiped off from GCIC. You can't even pull it up unless you the feds. Because I never was.
How much you paid your lawyers?
I was indicted. The first time I told my homeboy paid for it, and the second time I gave her a 10.
Okay.
So yeah, they pretty steep. You actually, like you said, like you was asking, my aunt, she was always my babysitter, and my mother always lived out of town. So if it was during the summertime, my mother, I always had my kids in the summertime. So every summer I was free since my kids was little. You know, my mom had been moved out of town. So, and then my aunt had them every time I went to jail, and I just always needed somebody to just come and sign, which was my other auntie who always kept a good job. So I had my money, just get my kids, and one of these niggas gonna pay this rent and go and get work.
Look, you gonna make it.
Listen, go get this money from there, and such and such gonna drop some money out from over there, and I always kept me a good line of communication with, you know, the people I dealt with. I was,
good face card.
You got to, because, you know, I always stayed in some shit. So I always, if I ain't keep nothing, I always keep me a 10. I always kept me $10,000. If nothing else, I always keep, and I'm like that to this day.
Man, it was at one point I couldn't even get past a 10. They used to call me the 10 man. I was so fucking sick of 10s, man.
This nigga here.
Bro, I hate that shit.
I do the 10
so
man on the
that shit is for real.
Yeah, I always just kept one. If nothing else, I always kept me at least $10,000. So that every time I got in trouble, that was my, you know, go get this from here, and this my other auntie go sign for me. And I had a little lady I fucked with in the bonding company. Me and her had got super cool. Cause at this point,
you was in that bit often.
Every time I turned around, I was in jail. So Miss Angie, I fuck with her. Jet Bonding Company.
Shout out
to Jet Bonding. They always fuck with me. And if I didn't have all the money, they let me put their payment plans was immaculate. I loved it. You know, you can get on payment plan and all that shit. You ain't gotta pay all the way.
Jet, y'all niggas need to pay. Nigga
had a layaway.
Yeah, getting shit. Nigga calling y'all nigga better pull up and pay Exit44.
Listen.
What y'all talking about?
Yep. So after that, after dealing with those two cases, I actually stayed with my sister, my middle sister, who I don't deal with for irreconcilable differences. Anyhow, I stayed with my sister with the second case. I lost my house. I lost my car. I ended up meeting some Chinese people who had a little buy here, car here. They rent the cars to you, but as you rent them, they saving up you the money to buy them. So I had a little 89 Toyota Camry. I stayed with my sister out in Oxford, and I started learning how to do taxes. I went and took the tax course, and I was working at the Rockefeller at night on the weekend. At Rockefeller on Old National, the Loft Hour.
I don't know nothing about Rockefeller.
Yeah, it's a little after hour strip club that was ran on the South Side. So I got fired from Onyx because, you know, it's a corporation, and that's what Onyx had that lawsuit going on.
Yeah.
So they didn't want anybody to. They heard that I hadn't been to jail back to back for trafficking, so they didn't want me even working there anymore.
Your image was too bad, shout.
For, you know, they had this lawsuit
for a strip club.
Yeah, because, you know, they had like 30 girls that were suing Onyx at the time. Yeah. So the lawyer that they had was looking for any type of loophole, you know, to be the case. They looking for it. So they was like, you know, you can't come back.
Liability.
I was liability, a big one. So, and then not only, you know, they laid me back for the first one. They're like, they ain't caught another one. So I'm looked at like a drug dealer. Bitch, you say what you want to say. You keep catching these trafficking charges. You running the trap. So, you know, like I said, these white people, they didn't want me back. So I ended up going to, I went back to the Blue Flame. So I did that and Rockefeller. And I lived with my sister for like 6 months. And then my goddaughter, the one I was telling you about, Tanika, I ended up moving with, and her husband had a house in Hampton. So he ended up letting me get this big ass, beautiful house for $850 a month. I stayed there for a while. So both my cases, you know, got dismissed. I took all these goddamn court classes, and, you know, this money for these classes is I probably kicked out like a 10 worth, like $8,000-9,000 worth of classes, and anger management and drug classes, and you know,
crazy too. You ain't hit her with that part.
Well, no, they feel like when you start catching these cases all over and over again, they feel like your mind deflecting. So they actually put you in these psychological classes. They want you to go see a lady, you know.
Like a real shrink?
No, not like a shrink, just how your week been, and has anybody bothered you this week? Or they just try to keep you out of trouble.
They be in them little business plazas too.
They damn sure do.
I know.
That's a shrink.
And
yeah, you had to
no, because it'd be like 10 of y'all. Like it'd be everybody who don't call just
class.
different kind of classes.
All 10 of y'all niggas be
anger management class.
Jesus, gay.
Hi, my name is Big Twanny.
Yeah.
And I like drug dealers. And I like going to sleep.
And I might go to sleep while I'm here. Somebody tap me and wake me up.
If I go to sleep, I wake up in the jail every time.
Every time. I don't know.
So embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. I know. But I never thought to. Fuck you. Mad as hell. Gonna have me up all night. This nigga gonna have me up all fucking night. I ain't even going to sleep tonight. I can't even go to sleep tonight. Terrified. That's fucked up. So after I moved in Hampton, I stayed there for a while. I got my first Mercedes. I was really good at the financing thing at this standpoint.
Oh shit! So you got your shit,
I got my shit
back going,
got my thing going, and then they end up losing their house. So here I go again, having to move again. So I end up right. I don't move 14 times. God. I don't move. I had moved. I
bet you hate when they be asking list your past five addresses.
I just put whoever. I would just put wherever I stayed at the longest. If I stayed there for 9 months, and I'm gonna just put this one. So and call somebody else. Like, look, I'm finna get them your phone number. If somebody call you from the funny number, pick up and say,
"This is what's going on."
I'm the reference. Okay. Anyhow, in the midst of all that shit, I end up going to broadcasting school. I did broadcasting school for 4 years. I was trying to get on radio for a long time. It was so male dominated. I actually met a guy who was doing promotion for 1079 when they first, got real pot. Mm-hmm. And I went to like 2 or 3 interviews, and I couldn't get in. No, I went to 2 or 3 interviews. I'm supposed to have, they take you to a series of interviews. Mm-hmm. So like after like the 3rd or 4th interview, the guy who put me on wanted to date, and I ended up going out and we didn't fuck, and I didn't get another interview. Never heard from him ever again.
You should have knew that.
You should know that. That pussy, you ain't come up out that pussy. He was like, psh, you out of here.
Yeah, I didn't even get the.
I need to be fucking my intern. You heard what he said.
That ass up.
You know he came for.
You would have had confidence. Still didn't get it.
Oh, that would have been terrible.
And see, that was my whole thing. Oh, fucking you was the easy part. If I still don't get this goddamn job, then I'm out of my pussy and my job. I don't spend all this money for fucking broadcast school. It's just a waste. Yeah. So I just let it go. I just let it all the way go together, and I ended up going to school for dental assistant.
And buddy, who didn't get that ass?
Oh, he lame as hell.
He framed.
I ain't gonna say. I ain't even going.
That's fucked up, but
I'm not even going.
We know who you is, nigga.
He definitely know he is. Hell yeah, he definitely know he is. So I did that for a while, and then 2018, I ended up going to 2016. I after the hair thing, I actually didn't want to do hair. So after doing dental assistant, after going to broadcasting school, I figured maybe I'll tap back into hair, just not into hair. Let me try a product. So I got talking to the Chinese people. I got introduced to Tang Trade and Alibaba and AliExpress. And I just started ordering samples from all over the place. And I came across a lady who we talked for probably like a year and a half. And she actually invited me to China. I actually didn't know what I was going to get while I was there. I just knew I wanted to do something with hair. I wanted something innovative. I wanted something that was new age, new space. Like, what can I come up with that might not be popular today, but 10 years from today, 5 years from today, and by the time everybody catch on, I actually have me a badass product. And I was like, women like to curl their hair. And I was like, yeah, and every time we go somewhere, we want to take pictures all the time. And as soon as we get to where we're going, guess what everybody looking for? A charger. Well, your phone there, can I use the phone? Can I use the charger? Can I use the charger? So I was like, how can I put these 2 products together? So I Googled, and I found the company. I found like 15 different companies. And I narrowed them down to exactly what I was looking for, the company what I was looking for, exactly what I was trying to spend. Because I was trying to figure out how still can I bring in dancing and actually still, entrepreneurship at the same time. So I'm like, actually take to the club and sell to the girls, 2 birds, 1 stone. Like, make me a couple $1,000 doing this, then a couple $100 doing this, and I win at the end of the night. I don't double up, and if I don't make no money with this, I can make some money with that, and I still don't lose. So, because at this point, the game has started changing real bad. All the young girls start coming in. Everybody start, the new getting your body done thing, and shit has started changing overnight. It wasn't when I was dancing. You actually had to know how to dance, and you had to look like somebody. And you had to be in with the it crew. You didn't get no money. It had completely changed. So at this point, you're trying to figure out what you can do to stay in the game. Because at this point, I'm still dancing, and you know, but the young girls, you know, these bitches coming up and, you know, niggas like, hey, Twanny, I fuck with you, but go over there and get Kiki, and he gonna slide your 20 and get Kiki a thigh out, you know. So, you know, you had to figure out, you had to find your niche actually in the club, and, you know, I don't sell pussy, so, you know, I wasn't fucking, so that was the bad thing. Either you fucking, you making some money, or you not, and you're not making no money. So, you know, you have to try to find something to, you know, coincide with both of them, having to be in this place and letting this be your bread and your butter, and it's all you got. So I talked with my vendors. I went from 15 vendors to 10. I went from 10 to 5, and then I just, you know, I pitched it all to them like, I want to come out there. My Chinese lady who does my nails, she was like, if you actually go out there, you'll kill your middleman. You negotiate with the owner, you know, and, you know, it'll be way cheaper than what it is. So I was like, cool. You know, I talked to the 5 vendors. I'm like, I want to come out there, and I told myself, whoever accept me, that's where I'm going. So out of them 5, 3 of them companies actually want you to pay a deposit on whatever they assuming that you're gonna get before you can come out there. They only want you to just come out there. The other 2 was willing, you know, but Amanda, who I went to see, Amanda, I love you, she's so sweet, my Chinese sister. She was like, I'll come get you. Yeah, I'll get your hotel accommodations. I'll set up everything for you. You know, I have something for you to do every day outside of, you know, leaving the factory. So that's who I went with. And it was so crazy because I've been going out the country since I was 5. You know, outside of my mom working in the healthcare system, she worked at Carnival. So I've been cruising, you know, going out the country since I was 5, 6 years old. Mexico, Honduras, I've been all over the place. Before I even knew, you know, how important it was, or, you know, people spend their lives trying to do that little shit. I was young. I took the shit completely for granted. So I end up I've always wondered who the people was who hold the signs up, you know, with Kiki Shepard and Miss such and such, such and such. So when I got to China, it was a 17-hour flight. Let's start with that. It was a 17-hour flight. Hard 17 hours.
Hold up.
Same price. Shit.
So how much are the 32 ounce?
Same price. Shit, for real.
Well, what you want for the gallon, motherfuckers?
See, we ain't having that. She's smart. She can trap for real. Shada went from 16. She said, "What you want for the 16?" She said, "So what you want for the 20?" He said, "What you want for the 32?"
What you want for
the gallon, motherfucker? Then no, we ain't got them.
What you want for the 2 liter then?
I ain't got one of them. I ain't got one. I ain't gonna lie to you like that.
Hey, welcome to Exit44, where we got them goddamn cooks on. We got the cooks on that, man.
Them folk don't know nothing about that. They ain't subscribed. They ain't got none.
If you ain't subscribed, you don't even know what's going on right now. In order for you to get one of these motherfuckers right here,
look, they always want to know what's in your cup.
You gotta hit the subscribe button.
What's in your cup?
Twanny, what's in your cup?
Sipping on some sizzle. Sipping on some sizzle.
Tell them with your sexy voice. Tell them with your sexy voice.
Sipping on some scissor. Sipping on some scissor.
Roll, bro. No, bro. I'm just glad you up. Just don't go to sleep, Joe.
I am no longer sleeping.
No scissor.
Man, I ain't sleeping till 2022. Fucking this thing gonna have me up for the rest of the year. This thing gonna have me up for the rest of the year.
He discovered that shit. I'm glad you found out the problem, bro.
I ain't sleeping for the rest of 2020. But what you don't realize is I've been on work from 8 o'clock p.m. to 4 in the morning. Depending on what time I get through count money, it's usually 4:30, 5 o'clock.
You should have bought him money.
Hold on, that part of it too. Nigga don't talk about that one.
That's what I'm saying.
And the after part.
Right.
Yeah. After you finish making the money,
you gotta count
before
the money.
you leave. You gotta count the money because you might be in a pot with 6 other motherfuckers.
Listen, you got to stay there.
You know they still beat out you?
How the hell no? I thought they get off and go.
No, we do not.
They be on IG Live, counting money in the back.
And listen, and depends on
that part of us, y'all.
Yes.
You gotta pay people, nigga.
And then at Onyx, guess what?
You gotta go tip your DJ.
You can't even leave with your ones. They don't give a fuck if it's $60. We need you to count that and we're gonna give you 3 20s. Yes. So if a nigga done came in there, if a football player done came in there and spent a 20 or a 30, you can't leave. And you're not depending on this hoe to give you your money, especially not leaving, not knowing what it is before it's even counted all the way. You don't go nowhere. You sit there with your paperwork and you count that money and they give you big bills.
What the fuck? Dang, I ain't know that shit.
You stay there. So when niggas be like, you done slept to 2 o'clock, nigga, I ain't leave the club to 5 o'clock. It's traffic time. By the time I leave, this motherfucker's going to work. Sun's coming up.
What the hell?
And then 9 out of 10, if you got kids, you still don't go to sleep. And depending on where you live, and I always live outskirts. So I might be coming from Honest going to Hampton, Georgia. It's gonna take me 35, 40 minutes to get home. Take a bath, stay up, because you got 2 little kids to get dressed and make sure they get on the school bus and get to school. You might go to bed at 8 o'clock, 9. And it's forcing yourself to sleep at that point because you're no longer tired. Now try doing that shit 6 days a week. And then try to 4 at the bank. Get what you gonna be.
In jail.
Fuck your ass.
Come on here.
Run, nigga. Hey, that's that alarm clock in her head. Run, nigga.
Damn.
Let's go.
Oh shit.
This shit is deep.
What we was
Like-
at, y'all? What we was talking about though?
Nah, she was on the. She found her plug and she went out there with
Oh, that China.
I went
We
to
had the
Amanda.
China. Hold on, we had the China plug.
Yes.
Started. You already know. 1, 2, 3. China plug with the Exit44.
What
Cool.
part of China you was in?
Well, you fly into Dongguan, which is their main airport, and then I went to you can't pronounce it.
Twanny, did you go with anybody or you went by yourself?
I went by myself. I couldn't get anybody to go.
So you was on some Frank Lucas shit.
I was on some Frank Lucas shit. And the craziest part about it is when I first went, I didn't know that you needed a visa. So, I paid for my ticket. It was $893. And I get to the airport. I done booked my flight. I'm ready to go, day of. Taking my little, on the way to international, on my IG and all that shit. I'm big flexing. Get all the way there. And, I give my passport and I give her my driver's license. She's like, "Where's your visa?" I pull out my MasterCard. I say, "I pay with a MasterCard."
motherfucker here, man.
Cause I did. I had paid with a MasterCard.
I pulled out the mess.
I didn't know you needed a visa to leave to go to their country. I ain't know nothing about that. Nobody never told me that shit. Everybody, I needed a passport. So now she's like, no. They end up crediting me all my money back. So I go back to my vendors like, what the hell is a visa? She said, I thought you knew. So in order to get a visa, they have to invite you. You have to get an invite letter with your name, the day you're leaving, the day you're coming back, exactly where you're staying at, who you're going to see, and they actually inviting you to come. You have to fill out an application. The Chinese consul is in Houston. So you got to fill this application out, send your passport, 2 passport pictures, the invite letter, an application, $375 to Houston. Okay. That takes about 2 weeks. These people call you and they ask you, what you put on line number 3?
The fuck? How the fuck is this shit ain't in front of me?
What you put on line number 8? Luckily, I had one of the mothers that keep up with documents. She was always say, I had been in jail so much. My mom always said, make copies of everything. Whatever the fuck it is, get you a copy of it. Just make you a copy for your record. So I was always, on that. So luckily, I had actually copied it. So I knew it was on line 3. I knew it was on line 7. I knew, they even asked me what color ink I used. Like, you use blue or black ink. And I'm like, what? And after I answered all these questions, they said, okay, you approve for your application, you'll have it the next day. I actually had it the next day, which is a sticky sheet of paper that's attached to my passport. That's all it was. It's 10-year visa. So I can go from here from China to 2028 or some shit like that, because I got it in 2018. So I had a 10-year visa. So when I actually rebooked my flight, get over there, fly 4 hours to LA to Dongguan, and then she actually picked me up from outside. It's an hour-and-a-half drive to where I was going. She did my money currency. I was in the bank for 4 hours. It actually took a picture of every piece of dollar I had front and back to make sure it wasn't counterfeit. I stayed in the bank for 4 hours. Went to the hotel. The next day I got up and met the owner. I actually Googled the company, $1 billion company in China. The owner was a regular guy, flip-flops, and regular. Like, I met the factory, met everybody in the factory. I met the whole little thing. They actually made a pair in front of me. We did my business deal. I gave them half. The lady who I had been talking to for a year and a half, I met her family. I went to her house. She had something to do for me every day. I did the glass bridge that China is famous for. It was on the Squid Games. It was actually I think the third or fourth episode that they was doing something there. Actually, it's a 100 foot or 50 foot fucking glass bridge. You actually see up under the whole amusement park. So I did that. I went to their Chinese museum. I did a lot of stuff for 5 days. Like Samsung has their they do their TVs, like the ones with the TVs on the refrigerator. They have this big glass fucking warehouse that you actually stand outside and actually watch them make the shit. Like it's dope as fuck.
I got a plug on them.
Do you?
Yes. She got me one.
I don't want one on TV. I like regular refrigerator with food in it.
Trying to tell you.
Keep that fancy shit out. I'm straight.
Shit get the malfunctioning.
Listen, I ain't got time to anything with my butter melted and my almond milk spoiled and my fruits is electronically wired to my mouth. And no, I'm good.
Electronically wired to my mouth.
Listen, I'm straight. I am straight.
You straight?
I'm straight. I am. But I did that and I came back and like I said, I couldn't get nobody to go with me. But as soon as I got out there and I started posting that I was actually there, I had all kind of, I need this and could you find me this and could you get me that and could you find me that, and for weeks I told everybody I'm going to China. If you want something, let me know now, because I can't get out there and handle your business and mine too. I didn't come for that. I came strictly to handle my business and get the fuck on, because I was the only nigga I seen for 5 days. Okay, I mean, people was pulling up, patting the back of their goddamn scooter, because I didn't know prostitution is very big in China. Good pussy selling, very big.
You never seen Rush Hour, nigga?
I have, but no, it's bigger than just Rush Hour. Rush Hour, old movie.
Man,
they for real selling.
Pussy.
Listen, they some prostitutes and like number on a billboard. Like, buy you some of this pussy, you can call her right now. She'll be at you in 5 minutes. Right here, this red light. Dead ass. Swear to God.
Hey, y'all niggas who like to pay for it. There you go.
It's
China.
It's in China. Listen, you pull right up, they own you.
Visa, they can't get though.
Oh,
They can't get that. The price is so fucked up. It's a lot. Motherfuckers wouldn't even want to go. So by the time I got back, I think I spent like $8,300 on my flat irons. They're cordless, they're portable, and they actually charge your phone up. So yeah, they charge your phone. So I did that for a year.
Hold on, wait. You said cordless,
portable, and they charge your phone.
Okay.
How the heck you do all that?
You charge it up, and it has an output and import. So you charge it up overnight, and then the next day you just keep it with you all day. And if you need to charge your phone up, you plug your phone up and charge to it. Your laptop, your iPads, whatever.
So it's a battery.
It's like one of these on the go.
On the go. Convenience on the go. That's what I call
Got you.
it.
Okay, go.
And for the nightlife workers.
And for the nightlife workers, there's just people who like to travel. People like to travel, brush up, little touch up, or it's not for a whole head. For you just hit your little when the wind blow, you got that little piece right there, you just on the head.
Tap on the edge right face.
Right, or some shit like I got going on where I have curled it and then I have not, and then I keep trying to tuck it in the back, and I know it ain't curl. And try to wrap it around the other one. Some shit like that. We used to have that for you. Good product. And then I came up with cute shoes. I came up with that because most of the time women compliment each other. The first thing they say is, those are cute. Even before they ask you what they are. Those are cute. Those are cute. Don't fly them cute. Then they only ask you who the fuck they are before they say those are cute. So I was like, I wanted something simple, something really catchy, because I want cute to be like a household name like Gucci and Louis. And what I noticed that black people don't have a lot of shoes for smaller feet, meaning 5 or 6s, all the way up to 11, 12, and 13s. And I've actually met a lot of women who wear size 12s. It'll fuck you up. So listen, it'll fuck you up, and it's very hard for them to find shoes. So when I came up with the shoe line, I said I want to start at 5 and keep a consistent number of, that you can come here, because I always got a size 5. Not, you got to wait, or maybe this comes in a 5, or every other shoe. I want to make sure every person who got a size 5 have one good place they can always go to. And your 12s, I know she got a 12 and 8, but 10 of them bitches, I know out of them 10, one of them is actually mine. I actually know I can go get at least 112. So what I did was I combined them both together. I got the PPP shit that everybody else got last year. That but I just didn't buy no Casamigos of mine. I actually wanted to. I ain't get no BBL. I shoulda. I ain't get the Mr. Wilson's.
What that is?
Them chiclets. You remember the Mr. Wilson's when Dennis dropped the dentures and he put them two motherfuckers right down on them chiclets. I called them the Mr. Wilsons. I didn't go get no Mr. Wilsons, and I actually wanted to see my money. I've been in the game for 20 years, and I figured like I said, it's totally different. I'm not making the same money I used to make. I done fucked a whole lot of it up. I ain't gonna say I saved no whole lot of it, but what I did the last little bit that I did have, I took it and I flipped that shit 3-4 goddamn times, and I'm still flipping it. And we still at cartwheels, but next year we gonna do somersaults. It's a process.
Right.
The average gymnast didn't. They came out as a roll, and then you sprint, and then next thing you got a combination going on. You got the flip, the split,
okay,
and the no hand. What is it? No hand bat spray, motherfucker.
That was up, man. You got a hell of a story. So, like, you got them went through the club phase, then you went to your entrepreneur phase, and you're now in your entrepreneur phase.
Yes, I have a boutique. I have a great boutique. I actually took my whole 20,000 and I flushed my whole store. I actually wanted to see my money. If I don't do nothing else, I can walk in that motherfucker every day and do the worm on the ground and cut the alarm back on and walk back out that motherfucker.
So what's the name of your boutique?
Cute C4. I just combined both of my brands into just one big brand.
Cute
C4. Yes.
What's the second one there?
C4 is my flat irons. C4 is spelled SC4. So it's Q with a K and SE4.
Oh, okay.
Cute C4.
Where you come up with that name at?
C4, the bomb, like this is a bomb ass guy. This was a bomb ass product. And C4 is already patented. So I said, synonym, anonym. I want something that sounds the same, but it's spelled different.
Okay.
That's dope. That's dope. So look, like how was your mindset change? How would you say your mindset changed from being a stripper to the entrepreneur business side? Because the money on it is different. You know what I'm saying? The money on the entrepreneur side don't come as fast as $2,000-$3,000 a night. So how you adjust from making that type of money to like, hey, we got to put some money in the marketing and the store and the lights and the inventory. Like, what's that mindset like? What's the shift?
That was a hard shift. Like I said, I think it was just over the years of me fucking up so many times with that money. I'm like, if I sprain my ankle, I'm dead next month. How the fuck I'm pay my rent? You know what I'm saying? And if I can't shake my ass and make my rent money, I damn sure can't make no store money. So it's really just how you save and the frivolous spending and start learning how to do shit your goddamn self. Like, but versus paying somebody $500 to paint and buying this, expensive ass paint shit, go and Home Depot, everybody sell Oops paint. It's $9. Figure out how to, buy you some $3 tape, paint the shit yourself, save yourself a couple $100s. So that's what I do now. Some things that I actually don't have to pay anybody for, and I actually know I can do it myself. I just do it myself. And that's how I, have saved my money. But the shift is really hard, and keeping up with society, shit is different every week. Like, today's some shit in, and tomorrow the shit ain't even in no more. So it's just what I try to do now, just try to not keep a lot of young girls around me, just try to keep one or two cool with them. So auntie, this in right here, everybody buying these, get you some of these.
You auntie already?
Yeah, they call me auntie.
Oh man,
yeah, they call me.
You but you did it though. You know what I'm saying? You did it. You made it through. You you on the other side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So do you look back like, cause you're like, would you say you retired now? Or you like,
ever since I
get on there and do a little something.
Listen, man, shit gotta get paid.
Get paid, young nigga, get paid.
My daughter's 17, my son 20. Like, these kids be hitting me with some 2s and 3s. Like, I need 2,000. Then I need a pair of Alexander McQueen's. So I have to, every chance I get,
you balance.
I have to balance it out. Then I still do hair every chance I get. I don't want to. I don't like to. But, you know, if I can get them couple $100 real quick, I know I need to get what I'm going to do. Girl, pull up to the house and get your happy. Come watch them blow dry.
Yeah, you talking about?
Oh, you one of them too?
Man,
come watch them blow dry.
Fuck I'm coming for.
How long before you pull up?
Listen, for sure. How long gonna be before you fucking pull up? Cause I don't do that for real. So if you can get me to do it, you better come already watch them blow dry.
You gotta do takedown too.
Hey. So what's the worst time you think you had when you was dancing in the club?
The worst time is when I caught myself dating a guy who actually be in the club a lot. Only because they can see when y'all not dating. They can see when, you know, when it's a problem, when you ain't walking over there getting no money from them or saying into them, or, you know, they see that. And they, you know, women play off of that real bad. You know, it be the same ones like, girl, that nigga ain't shit. And they say, no, she over there dancing for him. Like, damn, the bitch just told me nigga when she in the bathroom. And, oh, you over there, you ain't make no money all night, but so you gonna go over there and
You gonna be the one.
you gonna let nigga dance you and show your pussy to him. And, you know, it was just, it's a lot. I had to fight girls and, you know, about dating a guy at the club. And it just, all I tell everybody new is now, just mind your business, man, and don't date these niggas in here. Leave them what they are. And if you happen to find somebody decent enough to just actually want to be your friend, then be that. But outside of that, get your money and go.
What was your favorite type of client? Well, what is your favorite type of client? I'm talking about dancing too. I ain't talking about goddamn with the hair, with the SC.
The C-Pow.
The SC-Pow.
My favorite kind of customer is somebody who don't ask me anything. Like, you know, like I say, I can't old school. Niggas, they didn't even talk to you when you were dancing. Niggas wearing them $1,000 jeans in the case. You couldn't dance on them. You couldn't none of that. You actually had to. Nigga might be like, go dance with a trash can. I see you, I'm in the back shooting pool, and he actually come back and make it rain on you, and then a couple minutes later he come back and say, what I owe you? And he still actually pay you in your hand, and he done gave you $500 on the floor, but he still gonna hand you $300 in your hand. So them kind of customers, I like, who don't ask me anything. I came to get me a dance, get me a drink, have me a good time, go home. I got a bitch at home. I'm not studying you. Yeah. But I'm going to fuck with you because you can dance a little bit. I like your vibe. And every time I come here, it's love. Right. Them the kind of guys I like. I do. The Myrons, I spend a lot of money with you, Twanny, and I watch you get home every night.
Oh, shit.
I make sure you make it home every night.
I make sure you make it home every night.
Yeah, stay away. Where little Ebony at? It's a little Ebony around the block.
Because everybody can't go to school like you died.
Hey, so look, what's the telltale signs of a retired stripper?
Like,
I want to know, can you look at one and be like, oh yeah, bitch?
I think I can.
All right, hold on. Let me see what D gonna say before 20 get into you.
I think I can. They got like the same similar type wardrobe.
They do.
They all on do.
And on their IG, they all be claiming to be estheticians now.
This man is off the chain. Don't
Boy,
play
you
with
ridiculous,
D.
bro.
Don't play with D. Play with your whole man.
Yeah.
it was the face for me.
And nigga be dead
And he
serious.
did see. He ain't playing.
That shit true.
It's the face.
They do. And then they size you up quick when they look at you. They look you up and down.
So,
Then they never got no appointment open.
well, all the ones I know are actually in the nursing field.
CNAs.
They all CNAs.
Damn, that's why them asses be so fat in
the
them
hospital.
goddamn. Hey
In them
man, we
scrubs.
love y'all in them scrubs.
I ain't gonna lie, them
You know
scrubs
they
the
make
one.
scrubs is like stretchy pants now.
And
For
them,
real?
and them dress pants for women.
What?
Yep.
Them dress pants the ones, boy.
Hey man, Exit44, appreciate y'all women in them scrubs, man. Y'all keep doing.
We
them
doing
fat ass
$100
booties.
giveaway for the thickest some come through in a scrub. And that you had to be a dancer before, and you gotta be a CNA.
Yeah.
Y'all the ones, all the retired ones I know are CNAs. And you can always tell by the body. They have the old school fine. Like just
What's the old school fines one?
Just a regular
Thick
and fine. Like that whole had to dance. She just regularly fine. You know, back then it wasn't no work done. The hoes was really fine as fuck.
Yeah.
They was
Like
really little
36
waist.
ass.
I ain't gonna lie.
They was real deal fine. Like they bitch didn't have to do nothing. The bitch taught me how to dance. Used to just stand on her legs and make her legs listen and ass is all over the place, and she still like that to this day. Cherokee, you remember Cherokee?
Yeah, I do.
And Cherokee still fine as fuck to this day.
Really?
What?
What she do now?
She's married. She's married. I don't think.
Nigga, we asked what she do. We ain't asked what if she was married. Or not.
Okay, sorry.
She married.
She married. We all right. My bad. We can't talk about you.
Can't mention her name because she's married
Yeah, you
now.
can't- you
Y'all
can't
remember that
talk
song on T.I.?
Yeah, you can't. You
Can't mention her name because she's married
We
now.
don't talk about.
I think she Barcine.
Run-ins with celebrities in the club. How they?
Ooh, that's a really good one.
Which one dropped the most? I'll talk.
And which one you hate to see?
I hate to see Plies at the club.
Why?
He's just not one of my favorite. He's so inconsiderate. Like, real. First of all, not even, he little as fuck. He little in the motherfucker.
He about my height.
Yeah, he is. He's little. And he's really rude. Like, really rude.
He got a little man
Like
complex.
mean rude.
Like, mean rude.
It might just be like that.
I guess everybody,
Disorder.
well, everybody change up when they come to the club. You know, especially when that celebrity have to,
They gotta put that bullshit on.
and I get it. But Plies is real rude.
Maybe you really don't be wanting to be there though.
They don't. It'd be a promotion thing. You can tell they don't want to be there. And the people who want to be there don't have a dime. They very ecstatic, excited. They having a ball. You understand me? They holding these bottles up like no other. They taking pictures. We in here with my mans in them, and they ain't spent $1. So, and then the ones who got the money, they looking at everybody like. And then Plies always say, he goes to DJ and say he doesn't want nothing but light skinned girls every single time he comes to the club. Every time. Every time.
You ain't fit light skin.
No.
Nah, she ain't no fucking light.
I'm black, bro. I don't be knowing y'all niggas.
I'm
other
brown.
colors, bro.
I'm what they call hazelnut. So shit
See,
like that.
when the fuck that come?
So who do you like to see come through the club then? The celebrity wise.
Celebrity wise, who actually spent some money for real was no. The most pleasant person who ever came to the club. Who actually don't spend no money, but is very pleasant. You can walk up to him, talk to him, and have a full-fledged conversation. Was Russell Simmons, the most humblest person I've ever seen come in the club ever.
He was spitting all over your lip talking.
I think that you're beautiful. I think that you're beautiful. The club is excellent in here. I made millions of dollars.
There's a slipping.
I never seen anything like you.
Ask him what you doing Saturday.
What you doing Saturday?
Man, something wrong with that man. Yeah, kid, I think your little bus finna be here in a minute. Your little short bus finna come get your ass, man.
Oh my God. But the actual person who actually I've seen, I ain't gonna say spend the most, but will come in there and dance. Everybody and he's actually dead. Bankroll Fresh.
Straight up,
Street used to come in the club.
Come on, Street.
If 30 girls walk up and say they want to dance,
Shit, what's
Street
that
tell everybody to dance.
Go ahead.
He ain't
What the fuck you saying?
Go
Street. That's my
Listen, Street was one of the most humblest people I've ever seen that come in the club. Like real humble. He ain't give a fuck. And if you wasn't dancing, he'll just walk up to you and hand you some money. You good, baby. You straight. Like dead ass.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Long live Bankroll.
Yep. Street. No bullshit. And I didn't,
Shout out
for a long
Street
time, I didn't know
Money
who the fuck it was. He,
Yeah.
So I never did run up to him. They was like, this Street. I'm like, oh, who the fuck is Street? Like, I didn't know who the nigga was. I didn't. And I used to be one of them people who didn't get in the dance, and he'll walk up and hand you $100 or $2. That for you, baby. You good. You ain't got to dance. You straight. He done that like 2 or 3 times to me. And for like I said, for a long time, I just didn't know who he was. And then once I started hearing everybody playing music, and once he died, I was like, that's that man used to always just walk up and hand me $100 or $2. I didn't know who the fuck it was. I didn't. Just honestly, I didn't.
They're hard.
Yeah.
So look, how is it dating as a dancer and dating as a business owner?
Dating as a dancer, nowadays, if you don't like women, it's something wrong with you. It's like abnormal. And I've never liked women. So I'm
Run that back. Which
dating as a dancer, if you do not like women, because the first thing a guy asks you is, do you like women?
really?
Hell yeah.
Y'all done ask women that?
Yes.
Yeah, all the time.
Yes.
You like women?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm married, and when I just be talking to women, I just ask them, you like girls?
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I be at
But
the bar,
that's just
like,
cuz,
like
though.
women?
Men do it all the time.
Yeah.
And then when you're a dancer,
Just ask.
it's really common for a nigga to ask you, do you like women because you know, amongst women all the time, and I happen to don't like women. I've never liked. So, you know, I'm abnormal, and I've had guys like, you ain't never, and I'm like, no, I don't like women. You know, you can't make me like no bitch. I don't like women. I like penis in my esophagus.
However it gets there, it goes there.
She said that with her sissy boys too.
That is the sexy voice she keep punking out.
I keep telling you what it is.
I don't know what that is. Not sexy, but it's your sexy voice. That shit is a creepy voice.
Say, and don't nobody say that esophagus like you.
Esophagus.
Hold on. Let Russell Simmons and sexy voice have a conversation real quick.
Say that with your sexy voice.
I like esophagus.
Y'all stupid as hell in here, man.
And dating more as a entrepreneur, I actually, guys be scared of it. Because I be like, I got a store, and they come to the store, and they like, it's so pretty, they be like,
oh no, your store is beautiful.
They be like, oh wow, this shows you did this by yourself, and ain't nobody help you, and you ain't got no man, and you sure you ain't got no man, and ain't nobody help you? And I be like, no, I slept on the floor for about 4 months in this motherfucker. I lost about 3 good friends who I at least thought was my friends. No, I did all this by myself, so it's intimidating to them. Because they think that it's a guy somewhere. And I'm like, where? When you find them, bring them here. I'll date them as soon as you find them for me. But it's just hard dating. It's really hard dating. And guys think I got somebody. They do. Everybody do.
Yeah.
Everybody. I can't meet a guy and I'd be like, listen, I don't have even a rapper that says Haynes on that motherfucker, or I don't even have an old piece of what's a new Ethica? What the shit y'all wear? The new tighty whitest. Nothing in my house says a man. Nothing in my store says a man. So it's really hard for me to date. And by me knowing a lot of guys, it's really intimidating because they're like, ain't no way in hell you know good shooter, and he got the blue star, and you ain't fucked on him, and Young Ralph always come in on your shit. He got the blue star. Ain't no way in hell you ain't fucked on him, and every time Future,
but even if like, why in the fuck did that matter if a nigga trying to fuck with you?
I don't know. I don't know.
They know they ain't shit.
It's intimidating
Because nigga know they ain't shit, ain't it?
That's it.
Damn it.
Is that what it is?
I don't get it. If a nigga know he ain't shit, that's when he don't give a fuck, ain't it?
That when he most intimidated.
Nah, he don't want her to not be shit too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess that damn sure makes sense.
This nigga D is a fucking genius.
Yeah, they be intimidated. Like either way, like you still dance. I be like, nigga, you still dope every now and again. Yeah, same shit. Ain't no limitation on a hustle.
You just the opposite side of the spectrum, man. You just a girl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And the only reason,
but you still a hustling ass nigga though.
But what lasted me so long is not fucking everybody. You know, I be telling niggas all the time, yeah, I know all them niggas, and go in there and let me come in and say something and let me go back out and see how the conversation goes. And guess what guys say? They don't never say nothing. I say because there's nothing to say. You know, it is what it is. I know Twanny and I know her. And it's usually, you know, where it goes. Every now and again, I've had them all try to date. And I'm so particular about who I deal with and who I fuck with because I am in the club and I can make I come with my own money. I come with a good credit score. I come with a paid for car. I come with a house. I come with my kids. I ain't never had to be nowhere else besides they mama house. You get what I'm saying? You
come with a real bondsman, partner.
Listen. I come with all that. I come with my record clean. I got, I started with a clean.
I ain't buying that one.
No. No. What I did was I actually took my time. No, I actually took my time and I got every disposition for every time I ever went to jail. And I actually did an expungement on my because it hung over me so hard even trying to do anything. Every now and again I don't try to get a job and going there with the best blazer and the crispiest white shirt and listen. And I held a job and go through training, and as soon as that background come back,
over with.
I be so excited, like, oh, I got through this. All that. And that supervisor say, when you clock out at lunch, don't worry about clocking back in. Come and see us at HR. It's happened to me 3 times. No bullshit.
So, damn, that's crazy.
It is what it is. So I ain't have a choice. I was like, you know what? I got to do this shit myself. And it's really, I actually gonna pay somebody, but it's shit $25 a charge. Anybody who need that shit expunged, you ain't been indicted. Yeah, I mean, even if you've been indicted, if you've not been charged, you've not pled guilty to that shit, you can get that shit off your record for $25 a charge. Swear to God, I did.
Where do they need to go?
Just whatever county, whatever.
Hey, if you need to goddamn get that shit
It's
done,
$75 through Exit44.
Hey, we want 100 through Exit44. We're gonna send you straight to
150 because guess
we're gonna
what?
send you straight to 20. We're gonna get that shit off your record. You feel me? You understand me?
I damn sure can show
we
you.
ain't getting you nothing for free. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I damn sure
Ain't
can
right,
show
20.
you.
What you need? All right.
SC4 cordlessirons at gmail.com.
Pull up. We gonna talk about that. So why should your audience follow you?
Because I bring more positivity and laughter into anything. I'm the one that, like I said, you can look at me, you say you see the pretty face and the smile and the happy and the slim waist, the back fat and the cute butt. You know what I'm saying? Don't skip the back fat. Y'all edit
Should
that.
keep on bringing that back fat up.
Man, we finna see. Let me see that back fat.
Pull my pants up. Look at that back fat. Check it out.
Okay.
Don't play with her. And it's real,
See,
nigga.
keep talking about that goddamn back fat. You can show that shit.
You dig?
But no, follow me because I'm positive. I actually got a real story. I don't mind telling my story. I don't mind sharing my story. I don't mind helping if I can help. I encourage all young girls to not dance, go to school, find something else to do. Don't thought your life out too early. Find your boyfriend and somebody cool and go to college, and don't go through this struggle like I did. And I actually, wasn't so bad for me because my mother always had a foundation for me to fall back on. If nothing else, I could, for a while I can always go back home. And now my mother don't live here anymore,
Shout out to mom. Thank you, mom.
It really structured me because now, once my mom moved out of town, it was like them your kids and you gotta figure this shit out on your own. I ain't no getting put out. I had too much to lose at that point. So, follow me because I'm gonna lead you in the right direction on this, and speak Spanish out of 12.
She is a nasty girl.
Buenos noches.
We need to
You
go
gonna
to
tell them where to follow you at and what's your store and all that?
Yes, my store is located, again, it's QC4. I'm located 4833 Old National Highway, College Park, Georgia. I'm located in the plaza with the new Central Station. Okay. So if you ever been to Central Station, or if you ain't been to the Central Station, I'm in the new Central Station parking lot. On Old National, if you coming from the airport, you go to your right, not towards
be on your
the left. Don't go to the left towards the Mexican. Go to the right. And
Other side of
towards the gas station.
Yeah, towards the 2 gas stations. I'm right behind that plaza. And you can follow me at Twanny, _Twanny. That's TWA, 2 N's and a Y. And you can follow my store at SE4 Cordless Irons with an S. And you can follow Cute at Cute Shoes, the number 2, Cute with a K.
Bam, there you go.
Hey,
Exit44 on your hoe.
Exit44 on your hoe. We on up out of here.
Exit44, I'm out the door. Everybody got a thing.
Oh shit! She finally got it. We finna shoot a lot of drops. All right.